Welcome in. Thanks for joining me tonight. Let me grab up the chat 1 second. Hi Angie, hi Alicia and Vera, welcome in. Kimberlyn. And welcome HJ Israel 81, welcome in. Don't have this book yet, but excited to watch and colour along in something different. Thanks for joining. I see YouTube's doing its weird thing where sometimes it will show up with your names you've set on YouTube, and today it's decided to go for your @. Hi Anastasia and hi Holly, welcome in. So I was having to flip through this book and I decided on a page, The Red Robin. I just felt like something simple. I do apologise about the camera. I think the angle is still a bit funky. Should have spent some more time sorting out the setup, but here we are. I just feel like it's a bit warped, but it will. That's a bit better-ish. I don't know. We will get through it. Alright, I need a bit of scrap paper. Hi Hannah, hi Millie, hi Victoria, and hi Catherine. Welcome in to everybody. Just push down this one a little bit. The picture quality looks better this week though because I removed the film. I can't believe I spent the whole stream and it wasn't until the very end when someone was like, what about the film? Sorry, just closing my door there. I put a bit of marker something on there. Looks green. Yep, there we go. Right, I think what I was planning on doing is actually getting up some sort of reference illustration for a robin. I'm gonna have a quick search on Pinterest a sec. The hardback and paperback the same for RJ Hampson's books. So the hardback is everything in this book up to the final page. So the hardback is the exact same, it just contains one set of the images and doesn't have from here onwards in the book. But the hardback just has one single set, it doesn't have any of the duplicates with a difference, it doesn't have any of the black background versions, it's just the first set of images in the hardback. The paper is very, very slightly better from what I've heard. I don't have one so I can't comment on it personally, but I've heard that it's slightly better for water-based mediums, but say you're using pencils it's still not great. Check out people's on YouTube. People have done direct comparisons of RJ Hampson's paperback versus hardback. This page is so cute. Yeah, it is cute. Hi Jen, welcome in, and hi Shelley. Am I feeling better? Yes, thank you. Yeah, I was just feeling very, very down the last couple of days, so I spent the last 2 days basically in bed playing Stardew Valley, and it did me some good. Yeah. Alright, just browsing on Pinterest here. I mean, it's not the best to show you, but it gives you an idea of what I'm looking at. It just goes a bit funky with the lighting and the camera. I like that one with the pinks and the reds and the greens. It's kind of cute. I feel like that would work well, using the pink for the flowers, dark greens for the leaves, red for the little bits of berries. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that up to the side of me. Oh, it looks really bad when you've got it flat. It's a bit better when it's... Oh, it's better there than it is over here. That's crazy. Oh. Yep, no. I don't want to give anyone a seizure watching my video. I'll have it off to the side whilst I pick out some colours. Right, I need a bit of scrap paper. There we go. I found someone selling 2 Hannah Carlson books together on Vinted on Monday night, so I bought them and they arrived today. It was under £20, including the postage and packaging. That's a great find, Angie. Which ones did you get? Oh, there you go. Summer Nights and Magical Dawn. Lovely. I know, I was chatting with Amy, colouring with Amy, and she messaged me saying that she managed to find spirit animals and she couldn't believe it. She was so happy. Because I know we were talking about it last week on stream, how some of Hannah Carlson books are harder to find now. Ooh. Get my swatch sheet. Hi Amanda, welcome in. Yeah, the paper quality also depends where you are. Like, yeah, some countries have slightly better quality than others, sort of thing. Ooh. For me, I like the fact that you can place what the difference. For me, the fact that this is cheaper, you get the double set. Not that I want to colour the double set, but I like going through and going, oh, okay, there's the different details. Like, that's a game in of itself to me, like when I first get the book. And I don't struggle with Amazon print paper. Just for me personally, I find basing with alcohol markers, shading on top with pencils, it's fine. It's not the most amazing results, but good enough for me. I have them all in hardback, or I buy his PDFs and print myself from his website. Hardbacks, I like the paper much more. There we go. You think you'll prefer the hardback too? And that's completely fair enough. Some people really just can't get on with this paper, whereas I've learnt to get on with it. I feel like with my new camera I look really, really pale. I mean, I am really, really pale, but I feel like I look extra pale with this new camera compared to what my phone usually records. But that's going off topic. Can't believe they're so hard to find now. You could get all Hannah Carlson books no problem when I started. Yeah, even just this time last year you could get them all easy from Amazon. Boom. And just suddenly they've become very, very scarce. Sorry, I do have a little bit of a cough, so I always try to angle myself away so I'm not coughing directly towards the mic. What's the best pencils to use? I like Prismacolors, probably best on Amazon print paper, but Artex also work really well, and I do use polychromos in Lost and Found, which I can show you. This is a project book, and every single page here has been coloured with just polychromos, no basing, and like, you don't get the smoothest of results. Like, you can see a texture of the paper, but I don't mind that. It gives it kind of like a vintagey look. If you just learn how to work with the texture of the paper, you can create some still really nice results. You just can't layer and layer. Just one or two really. And you can't like burnish it out to get that smooth flat colour. But yeah, you can use polychromos and I do like how they work. You're still on the hunt for spirit animals? Keep searching, Angie, and you will find it eventually. I know Amy found one very suddenly. It will just pop up one day, and yeah, just keep searching. Also look for soulmates, you might be lucky. Yeah, definitely. Spirit animals and soulmates, because you've got the two different language versions. Hi everyone, I had to eventually restart my iPad after getting out of the free YouTube app because I couldn't watch any YouTube shorts. The fact that the voice from your live kept playing after I quit. I had to quit again, stop it. Oh no. Yeah, you don't need to keep hearing my voice. So, hopefully it will sort itself out, Brittany. Yeah, usually a restart will do the trick, or completely closing the app and exiting out. You found it new in a bookstore here a month ago. Oh, nice, Vera. I also blend my pencils with a colourless blender after to make them make a better blend. Oh, that's a good tip, Jen. Right, let's get some pens out. Right, I think R3 for sure for my red. Then for the pink, RV260. Do I have that near me? There it is. Pink. A nice green. I think G190 will be good. Because I am planning on shading with pencils on the top. So, won't be, it'll just be like the base layer. So I've got that for the red, for the pink, now for the robins. It's hard, like what's a good robin colour? I feel like maybe BR3 for its red breast. And then for the brown of it, like a light brown. Maybe YR148 for now. I have so much junk around my room. I am really feeling the need to do a bit of a tidy up because even for me this is getting a bit out of hand. And then E280 for... yeah, does it need that? Yeah. E280, there we go. Ooh! Adriana, you just saw on iMusic that Maria Troll will publish a new colouring book in April 2026. It's called De Magistica Bibliotecat. Apologies for my pronunciation. I am going to search for that and then see. Oh. iMusic, Maria Troll. I did not hear that Maria Troll had a new book. Oh, yes. Yes. Exciting. It doesn't have a description or anything yet. But yeah, pre-order for the 22nd of April 2026. Well, she is pumping out these books, isn't she? Just trying to see if there's any like little information bit, but it doesn't seem to be. Ooh, that's a great find, Adriana. Because yeah, that means when's the Hannah Carlson? I think that's April, or is it March? They are like her and Hannah Carlson. They always seem to be very close with their releases. Ah, interesting. Great tip. I'm new to the colouring community, so I haven't tried blending with anything other than colour pencils yet. Jen's gonna lurk and watch on TV. Everyone have a great day, no worries. Hiya Trinu, welcome in. Not me trying to use cuteness aggression to try to make AV leave my lap so I can colour better. I can colour with Lexi on my lap. I mean, she doesn't really like it when I move, but I can do it. Yeah, she's pretty good at just staying there, and because the way she sits I kind of angle myself so she's got my left arm and then I've got my right arm free to colour. If she was sat on the other side I wouldn't be able to do it. And then I've got these three colours for the robin. Yeah, I feel like that's a good robin brown. That's going to be for his red section that I will then shade with some more reds over the top. I'm not sure about the background scenery just yet. We'll keep that. R3, G190. If I do this now it makes it easier when I get to the end of having to put it in my description. Then I've got my little cheat sheet there. So yeah, that's my colour palette here, based off of this picture I found on Pinterest. Right, time to colour. Time to colour. nice page. Where is that from? I mean, what book? Book is in the description, and there is a link to it there as well. This is Winter Wonder by RJ Hampson. Sounds amazing. Oh, it's translated to the Magic Library. Nice. No cover picture. Oh, Magic Library. That sounds like such a cool book title idea. Alright, I think I'll start with the green. That'll be 3 colouring books from Maria Troll in the space of, what, 6 months? That's kind of crazy. She's on a roll. I think for those, I mean, I'm pretty... Did I write it down in my journal when Hannah Carlson's book is coming out? No, not yet. It was on my music. If I look for Hannah Carlson. She's got a Tales from the Castle Ruins coming out next year. Depending on when it's released, I'll probably wait to order them both at the same time. Yeah, March 6th compared to March 22nd, so yeah, I'll order them both, considering it's a bit more expensive to ship from iMusic. Ah, well, you guys are ahead of me. 6th of March. Yeah, I can colour with her on my lap, but we are both not extremely comfortable. Oh, bless. Oh, we've got a bunch of new people coming in. Hiya, Callie, welcome in. Is this your page for our project? It is not. This is a different page, and oh my gosh, I stopped colouring in the middle of... I'm going to get a line there. I never do that. Usually I wait until I've actually finished a section. So... what Callie's referring to is Jo at Piggy Pens. She's doing a full book community collaboration for this book where each colourist is designated a different page. And this isn't my page. My page is... here it is. This one, First Snow. Which I think I'm going to go to town with the shiny metallic watercolours, potentially, or... Uniball Signo, something shiny for all these snowflakes. And I think I'm going to go kind of blues and purples, like icy colours. So yeah, looking forward to getting that one done. This one, someone else has got this for the collab. Hi Chrissy, welcome in, and hi Laurie. Hello Tailor Made. Shani sent you here, hi. And hi Sue. Hello Callie, welcome, new here. Lots of new people. Welcome in, welcome in. Have I missed anyone? Don't think so. I think that's everyone. Hiya Joe, just popped in. Evening all. The Robin page is on the best pages in the book. Yeah, I thought this one's quite simple in comparison to a lot of the pages, and I felt like something nice and simple today that I could hopefully potentially finish in one stream. If not, it will be finished shortly after. Maybe just I've got a little bit left to do once the stream's finished. Depends how distracted I get talking about other things. Shani sent you and you subbed. Oh, thank you so much, True Hugh. Welcome in. So was Shani streaming just before me or something like that? It's the perfect amount of simple, and I love his flowers. Yeah. Definitely. I think like the way he composes his pages is really like interesting. Like there's quite a few window themed pages in this book, but I also love the ones where it's like a circular motif on top and then characters down the bottom. I think it's so cool. What is the most hardest page that you have coloured? Oh gosh. I'm looking at my books, thinking what was the hardest. I mean, some pages are harder for different reasons, just because like you lose inspiration and that makes it hard. But I know what was my hardest. It's in Rooms of Wonder. Where is Rooms of Wonder? There it is. This page was really, really hard because there's so much going on. I knew I wanted a rainbow colour scheme. I think I started with the wood and that was easy enough, and then it was just trying to nicely place the colours across the page where, yeah, you've got some organised sections of like rainbow order, but then have it spread out enough. It's funny looking at this, it's a very different colouring style than what I tend to do nowadays. Like, it's very bright and vibrant. I found that a lot with my Diana Basford pages. But I'd say that's probably one of the hardest that I can think of at the top of my head. Have you decided on the pencils that's going to be used in this book? I think probably Prismas, just because they're kind of my go-to for these Amazon print books and for shading RJ Hampson's work. I tend to like the results of them the best, so I think I'm going to go for them in this book. Yeah, the Artex also work pretty well, but I'm struggling with my Artex. Some of my favourite colours, I say favourites, there's a lot of browns, and some kind of like sagey greens, they're getting small, and it's going to be sad because there's no way of replacing them, whereas at least with Prismacolors I could buy them open stock. Don't know if you saw my message, Angie. I have spirit animals. You're welcome to it if you message me. Oh, there you go, Angie. Reach out to Victoria. Sorry I disappeared. Really need to take a shower. My body is struggling to regulate core temperature today and I just could not get warm. No worries, Kimberlyn. I have put on some super thick socks because my feet were freezing. So I've got... My grandma actually gave these to me and my mum. Not the same socks, but you know what I mean. The same kind of socks. We're not sharing socks. The same kind of socks to us for Christmas, and I never wore them, but oh, my feet were just so cold sitting up here at the desk. I don't think the heating's on at the moment, because my parents have got the fire on downstairs, so I'm cold up here. I'll come back on later in the evening. But yeah, these socks are definitely helping me. I'm feeling a lot warmer now. Yeah, she kicked us out and sent us here. I'm an old timer here though, lol. Nice, Laurie. Oh, I'll have to check out her streams. Might be a little early, but does anyone know any Black Friday sales for books or supplies? I did see the Chroma Flows are on. I think it was £110. But if you go on, if you've say got an Amazon wish list, and you go onto your lists, and then you can like filter by deals, it will show you any like reduced prices for things that you've got on your wish list. It's a bit of a helpful tip for when you're, because it can be a bit overwhelming, like just seeing all of the deals all at once. I think I saw someone said that the Lightfast are on there as well. Yeah, I was going to get myself the Chroma Flows, but I don't know, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by all the stuff I have at the moment, so I'm trying to slow down on my purchasing. Maybe at least until the new year. Oh, phone's buzzing. How about the one with all the mushrooms? Oh, that one was just, it took a long time. It wasn't like the hardest page though, like because once you got the colour palette, it was easy to colour all those mushrooms in. It just was long. I haven't seen many good Black Friday deals on the bigger sets of art supplies on the Amazon US website. Vera, now that we saw your setup on the stream, I can picture Avi now. I think she's put some pictures on your community tab though of Avi. Will there be a Lexi sighting today? Probably not. I think she's downstairs snuggling with Mum at the moment. How long you coloured the Rooms of Wonder page? How many days? Oh, I kind of... because I tend to work in between pages. I know that one took me a long time. I'm pretty sure... I know it was a buddy colour with Amy at Amy Ward Art. And I think it took me 2 months of like working on and off. Just because I kept getting so stuck with like what colours to put where. Yeah. I don't really tend to track the time of my pages. I just colour. I mean, the only way I do track them is if I'm colouring them on my live, or if it's for the Saga full book colour along, where I'm filming the colour along for it. Ooh, so this leaf is attached to the inner border, so maybe that should be green. I'm not sure what colour to go for the border of this. That will be a leave it to the end kind of situation. I mean, I could colour it green. I don't know if I want that though. I could just add my own line. Oh, she just left your lap. I just don't mind. It just wasn't my favourite book of hers. I'm downsizing my collection. Want it to go to a good home. That's fair enough, Victoria. Artex have the 126 set on sale. That's a good find. Hi, just joined. Finished my colour by number page. Think I'll be doing some knitting whilst watching. That sounds lovely. Countess, thanks for joining. I suggested to RJ a fairy tale themed book with his wit and style. I think it would be amazing. He said he would keep it in his back pocket when planning. Ooh, nice, Callie. That's a great idea for a book. Yeah, I would love to see a fairy tale themed book. I mean, we've had some kind of like fantasy themed pages, like with Mountain King, ones with like towers, and a couple of fairy tale themed pages in Forest Song, but those are more like traditional, like Red Riding Hood, Goldilocks, Three Bears kind of fairy tales. Yeah, I'd love to see. I mean, I'm here for all of the fairy tale colouring books. Hannah Carlson, give me a fairy tale book. Morgan O'Brien, give me a fairy tale book. RJ, everyone. Johanna Basford. It's a chronic health condition I have. Some days nothing but a shower or heating bad in the bed will warm me up. That's fair enough, Kimberlyn. Did the Artex pencils work fairly well? I love the Artex pencils. I think for like beginners they're a great one to start out with because they're really usable. I think like they're very easy to colour with and use. There's not much of a learning curve with them. They lay down really nicely. They work well in almost every single book and paper that I've tried them in. And they do quite a nice smooth colour, nice and bright, and a really good range of colours as well, which I always am on the lookout for. Hi Lucy, hope you're doing well. I did see you replied to my message just now. I'll take a look at it after stream. I think sort of twisted fairy tale books from him would be great. Yeah, like kind of funny fairy tales or like whimsical, like fairy tales with a twist, yeah. Like how Kirby has the dark version of fairy tales. It'd be funny if he had some sort of like mischievousness with the fairy tales from RJ. He managed to get Inktense singles for $1.25 a pencil. That's pretty good. Where was that from, Victoria? Kind of whack. Chromaflow is cheaper than Prisma these days. Or Mr. Fogarty meets Grimm's Fairy Tales or something like that. Yeah, that'd be cool. Have that a fairy tale themed Mr. Fogarty book. Artex pencils are great. Best budget pencils in my opinion. Yeah, I think they're They are fantastic. Hello Bamboo Cat, welcome in. Thanks for joining. Ooh. Right, let me just get caught up on chat a minute. It accidentally jumped. Yes, all the smaller light fast sets are over 50% off on Amazon. That's good to know, Laurie. I love my art expert. Jess is right about the browns. Yeah. I love the cool tone browns, but oh, the red tone browns. I hate them. Forgot to say from Cult Pens. Ooh. Yes, I will have a look on Cult Pens because I was looking at getting a few ink tents and some Neocolor 2s as well. I've been checking every few days, but now's a better time to check because we're actually getting close to Black Friday. We've got the 24 Derwent drawing. I wanted the 72, but the price is ridiculous. Hi, Colourful Planner Mother of 3. Welcome in. Humorous witty take or a darker theme. Yeah, it'd be awesome. We already have Kirby's Dark Fairy Tales. I'd love a humorous take. Yeah, definitely. Polychromate says the best browns. Absolutely, Callie. Hands down the best browns. The best, like, range of browns. There's no ugly reddish tone browns that are really unusable. Just the perfect browns. If you had to choose, would it be Chroma Flows or Artex? I don't have the Chroma Flows yet. I do want them, but it would depend on your price budget range. Have you checked out Kevin Teo Art Fairy Tale book? Yeah, I was thinking about his with it's called Funny Tales, isn't it? It's a really cool style. I'm looking at it. I think it's really nice. Am I the only person that doesn't have alcohol markers? They scare me though. No, you're not. Not everyone is into alcohol markers, and that's absolutely fine. Some people have tried and can't get on with them, and that's fair. We each have our own colouring style. Kimberly, I'm picturing Fogarty in all the fairy tales. Now I'm picturing him like with long hair like Rapunzel, or he's lost a shoe. Oh my gosh, that would actually be so funny though. Or like he's Goldilocks trying all the bear's porridge. It'd be so cute. By the way, guys, my name is Kimberlyn. The N isn't a middle initial. No worries, I just thought I'd throw it out there. If it's easier, you can call me Kim. Yeah, Kimberlyn. It's Kimberlyn. You've got a 24 set but never use them because they scare me. Oh, that's alcohol markers. Yeah, nothing wrong with not using alcohol markers. I only got mine recently and I will only be using them in some of my books. Yeah, I like using them in books like this to base, but in other books, I like having the challenge of just using your pencils and just letting the pencil shine. I love fairy tale themed books too. Callie, I've got a fairy tale colouring book collection video coming out very soon. It's been filmed. I did one for Zodiac / Tarot themed books, and fairy tales is up next. It's filmed, I just need to edit and upload. You have not? Just found out about him when I saw one of his Alice pages for November Mad Tea Party. Yeah, who really likes Kevin Teo? It's Dana. Dana's colouring obsession has been colouring Kevin Teo's arts books recently, and Meg at Meg's Colouring Corner. I only got alcohol markers recently, but following RJ's videos really helped. I really want to follow one of his colour alongs one day, Catherine, in one of his books. I was thinking about maybe doing it for the Pumpkin Cafe one in here. Jess, you have 48 people watching. Oh my gosh, 54. It says concurrent viewers in my YouTube studio. There's a lot of people here today. So yeah, sorry if I'm quite behind with the chat. Get into it. Hi Shani, welcome in. Thanks for sending so many new people over to my stream. It was very kind of you. I don't have alcohol markers yet either, but I have Ohuhu in my cart. Yeah, like alcohol markers I love for basing, but I also like to challenge myself and just use alcohol markers to shade on a page. For me, for like cute and cozy, alcohol markers are a must. Like for me, they have to be using alcohol markers. I just find like the fact that you can colour them so quickly and do nice simple shading is really great for them. Artex don't have open stock at this time. Chromaflow does have open stock. It's up to you if you like the option of open stock. A few additional colours in Chromaflow too. Very true. 51. Yeah. Honestly, Vera, it's a busy stream. They've been in yours for a year. Yeah. I 100% recommend the Ohuhu. They are, like, in comparison to others, they are expensive, even though they're, like, within artists, like the art community, they're seen as the cheap alternatives to Copic markers. The Ohuhus are expensive, I recognise that, but they are worth it. Like, they don't yellow your pages really, apart from the black ones. A lot of cheap ones, they don't blend as well. Like, I have this cheap set, I think it's called Touch Art alcohol markers, and they were very watery, kind of wrinkled the paper a lot, didn't blend very well at all. Yeah, pastels, I recommend starting with the pastels as well. I started with the Ohuhu pastel set, the 48, and kind of built from there. It's too cold for everyone to be out and about, very true. I mean, sometimes you need a red brown. The problem is when the set only has red browns. Yeah, exactly, Kimberlyn, exactly. Just try Blick for open stock ink tints and other browns. Not sure if they ship to UK, but usually cheaper than Cult pens. I don't think Blick ships to the UK, at least not that I'm aware of, but I tend to check Cult pens, Cassart. I've bought things from a shop called Budley Crafts before as well. Yeah. Is England snowing already? Up north it's been snowing, and in Scotland, not for me down south. So busy in here tonight, 55, I don't reckon you can read out all the comments anymore. Joe, this is what I was talking about in my other stream, the fact that, like, trying to keep up with them. I just want to get caught up and then I'll get back to colouring. And then I'll colour in chat whilst I do it. Just need a moderator. I need a reader. That's what I need. I need someone to sit next to me and just read all the comments. Seems greener to buy Dermate in UK from UK stores. Yeah, I agree, Catherine. It's probably, from America's point of view, like, Blick's probably cheaper for you guys. But for us, it's probably cheaper from Cult pens. Because Cult pens is based in the UK. Like, you've got the sort of differences in prices from, depending on what country you're based in. Can't wait for your fairy tale video. Just watched Flip of Korean classic fairy tale book. May have to add that one. Oh, it's so stunning. Yeah, I've got that one. It's amazing. Problem with Black Friday sales is they come at a time when I need to be buying for others and not myself. I have no self-control. Yeah. I have Mona, new here. Shani sent you over. Thanks for joining, Mona. I think I might go with the Chromaflows. I've heard good and bad reviews, so just got to try them. Yeah, and you never know unless you try. Yeah, very true, Catherine. Brits need to back the British brands. Yeah, it's the fact that I think for Americans, Prismacolors tend to be cheaper than polychromos, whereas for us, polychromos are cheaper than Prismacolors and easier to get hold of. Just needs a Zoe. I do. I need just someone to just read it out. I know you can get bots that read it out, but I don't want it to read out every single comment, because a lot of them are just saying hi. You guys saying hi to each other. I don't need to be reading out like 100 highs. As much as it's nice for you guys to say hi, and I appreciate it, but that's a lot for a bot to read out. So I wouldn't need that. I need a personalised chat reader. Right, I am caught up now though, so I can colour bits here and there. Yeah, this is reminding me of when I first started streaming. I think my first stream I had over 50 people and I could not believe it. Couldn't believe it. Not everyone stuck around though. Not everyone's regulars. I think it's usually, I don't know, I don't really keep track of the numbers. I think it's usually around 30, 40 people. Which still, that's amazing. I keep seeing my Sunday name being used. Hope Zoe is okay. She's plodding on. She's plodding on. She's just still not quite feeling herself. She's giving herself time to feel better, and yeah, we're just all supporting her. Oh, there's some tiny little bits here. I think that goes there, that's green, and that's green. Oh, some little bits down here. There we go. Teach Lexi to read them. Meow, meow. She's noisy enough already. Cool, she was being absolutely crazy yesterday. She just kept sprinting everywhere, and I was like, what's the rush, love? I had mixed things about Chromaflow 2, but I did purchase the 150 set. Only had a problem with 2 sharpening weird, otherwise they are great. The purples in that set are amazing. Yeah, it does seem like a really nice range of colours, and I think a really well curated range. Like, there's good greens, there's good blues, the purples are great. So yeah, it's definitely the next set on my list to get. It's finding the right time to get them for myself, or when I'd actually be able to show them some love. But I have heard good things about them, and the fact that you can get them open stock is another plus. That would be really overwhelming for a first stream. It was, Laurie. It really was, and my quality of it wasn't very good as well. Like, because I was streaming direct from YouTube, and it just it ruined the quality of the recording. Trying to decide whether to colour these like leaves or as flower. I'm going to leave it for flowers. Just talking to myself. I'll be happy if half a dozen join me. I mean, I'd be happy too, Joe. I was in shock. If you go back on my channel and watch my first stream, I was in absolute shock. Send Zoe our love when you see her for Wicked for Good. Yes, we're going on Monday. Ooh. Alright, just checking my phone. Wendy. If you guys don't know, woo! Got my first choice. If you guys don't know, Wendy at Jazzy Doodle Designs is doing another full book colour along like she did for God Jewel. And this time it is Symphony of Cute Animals. So if you want to be involved and want to colour a page in this full book collaboration, check out Wendy, Jazzy Doodle Designs video, and email her. Email her your top 3 pages. It starts with this page as number 1, number 2, 3, 4, so on. And I got my first choice, which was it's due in January, so I thought I'd challenge myself and pick a bit more of a detailed page. I'm doing this page. I absolutely love it. It really reminds me of a jigsaw puzzle that I have. I can't remember what the artist is called, but they've done quite a few shelf jigsaw puzzles. But woohoo, got that one. And then she's just sent some instructions and whatnot, so that's perfect. So looking forward to that one. That's due January. I probably will not get to that in January. May try and think of colour palettes. Yeah, I will definitely send Zoe your love. Love your cat, she is funny. Oh, she is a funny girl. And can be annoying, can be a bit much at times, but she is, on the whole, a funny girl. And very cute and cosy. She has spent all day on my bed. She joined me this morning and has stayed there all day. Bless her. She does not like the cold. She likes to be warm and cosy. Gonna check my email. Nothing yet, but just emailed her. Yeah, I'm sure she's getting quite a few emails. I emailed her, yeah, it was about an hour ago, and took an hour to reply back, so it's probably having quite a few. Trying to make sure that she allocates the pages correctly, etc. When are you streaming, Jo? I'm not sure if Jo's worked out yet. I think she was saying about Saturday nights, and by nights that is UK time, but she may change her mind. I don't think she's set a specific date or time just yet. Got this book in my cart, probably have to catch the next one. Yeah, she was talking about a few other collabs that she's planning on for next year, so she's doing a bunch. She was talking about Rita Berman's new book for once that's more readily available. What was the other one? Oh, there was a few. There was the mythographic Alice in Wonderland. She mentioned about doing that one as a collaboration. And there was one more, maybe it might have been Hannah Carlson's Tale from the Castle Ruins, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on that one, but I know she mentioned the other two. That's on her, I think it was a YouTube post or an Instagram post or something. That's really lovely. I think I have that book. Maybe I should sign up. Go for it, Amy. There's so much fun being involved in these community collabs. Started with the one Karen did, I think it was over 2 years ago now, with the Alien Worlds, and I kicked myself that I didn't just get the book and get involved with it when it was around. So then when she did one for Dark Fairy Tales, I immediately jumped on that. And I've been really lucky with all these community collabs so far. I've been getting my first choice each time, and I'm like, ooh, kind of don't expect it. But I feel like that just goes to show how everyone has different tastes, and you may not even be the first person to message, but still got a good chance of getting your first choice because no one else has asked for it yet. But I really loved Jo's and how she did a random pick for this. I was in my car in between clients and she'd just finished allocating all the people who had the hardback version, so was doing like the front set of pages, so she'd just finished that, was getting the wheel of names ready for the next one, so I had her playing in my car as I drove to my next client's house, and literally as I pulled up into the car park for my next client, she said my name and I was like, oh, that's me, what page is it? Because I was listening to the pages and being like, oh, I wouldn't mind that one, or I don't want this one, please don't say my name. And then when she did, I was like, whoa! It was really exciting. Right, Robin now. You got page number 7, Chicks and Easter Eggs. That's such a cute page. I love that page. Tried finding Rita Berman's new book on Amazon US. No luck. Where can I find it? Check out Blackwell's. That's the only place I've heard people being able to find. That's where I got mine. But I've also heard of people in the US getting from Blackwell's. You're doing a buddy colour with Kimberlyn in Symphony of Cute Animals next month. Nice. Chromophobes are jerks, pardon the bad word. What have the chromophobes done to you, Bamboo Cat? How did they hurt you? My older chromophobes were more temperamental than the ones I got more recently. Others agreed, but Dermot said the formulation didn't change. Interesting. So yeah, what's been bad? I haven't heard anything bad about the chromophobes personally. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear what the bad things people say about them. You're colouring with me, colouring Hannah Carlson Atlantis book. Nice, Trini. We need someone to host Maria Troll. Ooh, yeah. Kind of obsessed with Maria Troll's fairy tales. Yeah, I'm doing that as a full book colour along for my members. I mean, I suppose I was thinking about hosting one myself, but then I thought, I feel like we don't want to get overwhelmed in the colouring community with so many people doing these full book collaborations, but yeah, we don't know. Suzanne talked about that and how much better they are now. I'm ready to try them because of watching her pages. do have 2 pages to do from the Marotta Community Collab due at the end of July. Or not July, January. But I did also accidentally trash one of the pages. Oh no! Holly got her page. Honestly, that was so funny. I was sat in my car waiting for my double up to arrive. And yeah, I was like, Holly, she's rigged the wheel. She's bribed the wheel. She's got stakes in the wheel. Because Joe was like, oh, Holly is desperate for this page, and it was the gingerbread one. I think we're on the 2nd set at this point. I want to find it. Because I was chatting with Joe and she goes, oh, Holly's desperate for this page. She really, really wants it. And like, what luck, this one. And what luck that Holly actually got it. I was like, she's put money into the wheel. She's got stakes in it. So it came up with her name. That was crazy. What a funny moment. Went to Suzanne's retreat and most of the people there had the same experience they'd had with them. I had one mixed colour pencil, blue, purple, but Dermot replaced it. Oh. I had one Marie Marotta book and I'm trying to figure out how to colour it. I need some inspiration. We'll be interested to see the collab. Nice, yeah. I believe you guys helped me out, Catherine. Ah, yeah, about the Prismacolors. Right, birdie time. Ooh. Ooh! I'm getting all sorts of exciting things. Yay! Email from, not an email, text from Royal Mail saying my parcel from Bailey J is on its way. Doesn't say when, but it's just on its way. I assume that means it's got into the country now. That's a pretty quick times actually. I think I ordered it about a week ago and it's coming from Canada. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but I've been watching Bailey J for years and years and years. And finally I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my first order. So looking forward to that one arriving. Once love my chroma flows, they just don't like me. Oh no. Fortunately I have to go working this weekend, so try to get some sleep. No problem, Vera. Have a good night's sleep. We'll catch you later. My iMusic parcel should have been delivered today, but it wasn't, so hopefully tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I ordered something from Amazon for my dad, and they sent me an email today saying, sorry, it's not going to happen. That's basically what it said. And I was like, oh, okay then. Whatever. But they said it should arrive tomorrow instead. He goes, no, I was desperate for that today. And he's just joking. Right, let's get this reference pick again. Oh, where is it? There it is. Yeah. Because it's like, should that all be red? Looking at other reference pics of robins. And that be like a beige? I feel like that would look a bit extreme, that all being red. Or should I kind of curve it and then have that brown and then this beige? Yeah, because looking at other photos, it's like not the complete front of it, it's more just the top. Like that one there, it's more just the top of it. Yeah, I think that's what I will do. Let's get a pencil and like lightly sketch that. Where is my pencil? There it is. Got a lot on tomorrow too, so bye everyone. Gonna try and get a few chores cleared now. No problem. Have a good night, Catherine. We'll see you soon. Right, so I'm scared. Don't know why, but I'm scared. No, that doesn't look right. Trying to get a good like curve of it. That's a bit better. And the same over here. Definitely thinking way too much into this, but that's what I do. Go to bed as well. Went to bed at 4 AM last night / morning, ordering from different Japanese shops and choosing my pages for the collab with Wendy. I'm having too much fun finishing some whips, literally. Yep, definitely been there. Definitely been there. It's the, oh, I need to go to sleep, but let me just finish this bit. Let me just browse this again and have a look over here and do this, do that. I'll start with the beige. There we go. What about that pencil? And then go in with the BR3 for the red. Looks more of an orangey brown, but I think for a base colour to then shade on top will look a little bit more natural than, say, the red I used for the berries. That looks pretty good. Just colour this bit with the brown. Well, they definitely look like red robins. These get caught up in your channel, Maria. All these confessions putting me behind lot. Literally, it's been a lot of confessions. Which, don't get me wrong, I love, but they're all long videos, which again, I love, but it's a lot. It's a lot to watch. Right, and then its beak and claws are black. Yeah. But I think I might use a very, very dark brown instead, like YR92. Creaky deaky chair. This may have even been too dark of a brown, but that's fine. That is fine. We deal, we move. Right, centres of the flowers. I'm like, do I go yellow? I'm kind of thinking these circular ones I do red to match with the berries, but then these more dotty ones, I could use this kind of like light beigey colour. And then I've got to figure out what I'm doing with the background. I just realised the background. Like, what's going on? What's going on with this background? Because there's a window. But like, what's all this swirly whirly bits? Is that like a field? And then that's sky? So then would all of this be green and then all of that be blue? It's meh. I don't know. I think I will... Oh, wrong side. Hiya Raven, thanks for joining. I am doing well tonight, much better than I have been the past couple of nights, that's for sure. Go for a red centre, a bit crazy, but it's fine. We go with the crazy. Pale blue like a frosted window. I'm always tired, especially these days, having the cold and being on antibiotics. Yeah, absolutely. Looking fab. I love Robin so much. We feed a lot. I'm a twitcher. That's nice. We tried to feed birds, and then the birdseed we put out to feed started sprouting. Because we had no birds feeding on it, because we have Lexi, who likes to capture the birds. Swirly bits like northern lights or blowing snow, that could look cool. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, so I'll just leave it until the very end and then make my mind up about it later. And it's like, what colour do I do the frame? I don't know. I feel like a nice neutral brown to like match with the robins could work, or I could go gold, or I could go silver. I don't know. Too many decisions. It's the sort of thing where I wish I could see like other people's coloured versions of this. I wonder if anyone has coloured it so far on Instagram. Probably not, because this is so new. And if I search Winter Wonder, it just comes up with Winter Wonderland, which is not what I want. Yep, no. Literally nothing's coming up. Winter Wonder colouring book. Lexi was probably like, yes, the humans are putting the traps out for my favourite toys, honestly. She likes to play with them rather than eat them necessarily, although she has destroyed some birds. Ugh. Bless them. But she tends to like to put them down and then like play around with them. Yeah, no, nothing. Nobody's coloured this yet. Do you know what that means? Let's move on to the pencil shading. Very Art Deco inspired, yeah. Off to bed, getting up early tomorrow. Thanks so much for the fun. Nighty night, everyone. Night night, Amanda. Take care. Right, polychromos. Creek. Tonight for shipping, I got tired of being delivered the wrong item for buying one of those from 2 different sellers on Temu. Oh no. Right, for the leaves. It's a nice dark green, and then take some Prussian green. I'm a bit worried, like one of these. Yeah, I don't have a replacement Prussian green because it kept breaking on me, and so it got very small very quickly, and now I'm like, ew, kind of hesitant to use it because I don't really need any other Prismacolors apart from Prussian green, so it's like there's no point getting an order just for one pencil. I mean, I could get others, but yeah, so I'll use it for now. Prussian green, and then I suppose I could use olive green instead, actually. Let's use olive green instead, and then that should be fine. And for the reds, Crimson Lake and Scarlet Lake. Gotta go. Have a great night all. Not welcome. Have a good night, Pampu Cat. I'm getting confused. Take care. Good night. That's my Prussian green too. Oh, must be something about the Prussian green then. Mine was just like really off centre, and I kind of have to rip the wood down to be able to get it to a point where I can colour with it. Right, and for the pinkies I need, or I want, actually carmine red, then blush pink, and for the deca peach. Then for the robins, that one, dark brown, extra long light umber. What set of coloured pencils or other art supplies is your Prussian green from? Oh, she's on about the Prismacolors. For some reason I always have issues with Prussian green from breaking or sharpening weird. Strange, maybe it's a thing, yeah. Maybe like electric blue is just a bad pigmented pencil, like it's terrible quality compared to the rest of them. I think Ink and Heat also said hers is too, and she's in Australia. Maybe it's something about Prussian green then. That's weird. That you have issues with it breaking. I'm back, I'm at work so I can't watch the full stream. No worries, Anastasia. Does anyone know how Lulu May's little books take water? From my understanding, not particularly well, but it does depend on where your book's printed. I've never tried water, but I use water-based markers and they work okay for me, but I know they don't work okay for other people. Depends on where it's printed, like if it's printed in the US or if it's printed in China. Where's mine printed? Mine's China. Oh, sorry for the creature. Yeah, I think if you do use water, it'll have to be very, very light with the water. Got to be very careful with it. R.I.P. electric blue and chartreuse. Oh, I almost never used chartreuse. I find it's a little bit bright for me. But yeah, interesting how similar pencils across different people perform similarly badly. That even makes sense. When I first got my Prismas, I had indigo blue that broke on me until it was about that big. And that was the only one that did that. The rest it wasn't as bad. And I've got a new one since, and that one seems to be okay-ish. You love chartreuse? Yeah, I never use it. Oh, I suppose I do. I do a little bit. If you look at my pencil set, there's chartreuse. But yeah, yellow chartreuse I never use. But chartreuse, I suppose I use a fair bit. This one's long just because it's been replaced, so I use apple green a lot. That was the one that I still have it on my desk. The tiniest nub of all. The nubbiest of nubs. Smaller than my little finger. Yeah, I super glued it to a dowel, inspired by Karen in my Colourful Country Life. And then I used it until it literally broke off. So that's how small you can get a Prismacolor. How could it get that small? Super glue in. So here is the dowel it was on. You can see it's got a bit of the green end there. And yeah, it was sharpening one day, because it just sharpened the dowel a tiny bit. Sharpening it, and then in the pencil sharpener it just cracked off. So yeah, that's how to get the full use out of your Prismacolor pencils, super gluing. Because they've got a flat bottom, you can actually super glue, whereas polychromos, I get them to little nub status, but nowhere near as small as that. So Axis Fumbles use watercolour in Lulu and it turns into little dots / spots. Yeah, I saw that on Erica's channel as well. You get like the pilling little dots that you get with using water. It's not the best. And here I've been trying to find excuses to use my chartreuse just to work up on using up the last of my barrels. I've used 3 within 10 months. Wow. That's crazy. 2 broke while sharpening it. Oh, fair enough. Yes, love chartreuse. That's fair enough. It's funny how we have our different colours that we tend to gravitate towards. Yeah, I very, very rarely use it. It's just very bright for me. But it's like I know a lot of people love lime peel, and I don't use that too often. But all of these, I use them a lot. Rather than those. I don't think Prismacolors has the best range of greens in my opinion. You can definitely tell which colours I gravitate to with what I have left of them. Yeah, definitely. Seeing them in the case. I know something my parents have commented on, like, how are some pencils, it looks like you've never used them, and others are tiny. I'm like, because those are the colours I like. It's not even necessarily the colours I like, because I don't like brown. In fact, it's probably my least favourite colour, but you just use brown so much. Pale sage is your light colour, that's the one you use for highlights. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I always find the lightest colours tend to get used up first for me. Like the very darkest and the very lightest tend to be my most used pencils. Luminance is a beautiful chartreuse colour. Spring green, nice. Lime peel and artichoke are my sweet spots, nice. I use artichoke a lot for gold colour combos. Bingo? Bingo what? What have I missed? I just see bingo. 9 months. Whip is just finished. Whew. Been working on that for a little while then. What page was that, Maria? Oh my gosh, we've got 50 people. I thought, oh, it's quieting down now. We've probably not got as many people. Nope, still 50. Artichoke for golds. Oh, that's the bingo, yeah. Artichoke for golds. Like, artichoke is just like the perfect gold colour, to be honest. Lol, just as I said, oh, we got 50. Like 5 people dropped out. Find it funny, they're like, oh, I'm one of 50? Yeah, nah, get me out of here. Goodbye. Yeah, I tend to use green ochre and artichoke all the time for gold combos, and then tend to bring in something like an espresso or sepia for the darkest tone, and then like cream or jasmine for the lighter tone. Rooms of Wonder, the cake mandala. Ooh, nice. That's a fun page. It took you 9 months. That's your baby there. You're now the colourful planner mother of 4. I mean, some pages we just start and then completely lose all inspiration for, and it just takes you forever to finish it. And sometimes when you finish it, you're like, yay, finally, and other times you're like, oh, thank fuck that's done. I find it's those two kind of moods. It's like, right, finally get this one finished. Yay, it's done. And other times like, woo, I actually did it. Never thought about using artichoke for golds. Thanks for the tip. No problem, Millie. Yeah, absolutely my favourite, because it's that like a very kind of muted browny yellow. It's just like gives it a very natural antique-y gold look, which I do like to use in my colouring. Where's my green gone? Over here. Yes, delivery time. Mother of four, some basically just forget. That's fair enough as well. They just get lost in the pile of whips. Or you put it back on the shelf because you don't want to look at it anymore. And you're like, oh yeah, I've got this, haven't I? I've been loving sandbar brown a lot lately, probably because of the fall colouring, but it's definitely a lovely colour. Yeah, it's a very, very neutral brown. It's one that I don't tend to go for. I think because of where I've got it organised here. Like if I perhaps had sandbar brown after light umber, I might look at it more. But because I've got it after the artichoke and green ochre, I kind of forget it exists, even though it's right there. But I tend to use beige sienna, light umber, dark brown. Those are my go-tos for browns in the Prismacolors. I mean, light umber is almost on the way out there. Still going. Beige sienna, forgot about that. Yeah, there's some colours you do neglect, and you're like, why don't I use that? It's not until someone suggests it, and then you end up using it loads. Like, I find I go through phases with colours where I'll barely use it, and then I'll use it loads and loads. Trying to think of an example, and I can't think of one. Oh, there's good ones. Like these over here, mineral orange and pumpkin orange. I use so much around the autumn season and then barely touch any other time of year. But they're beautiful, kind of more muted oranges and not bright oranges that are just perfect for colouring pumpkins and leaves and things like that. There's like certain colours I feel more drawn to at certain times of year. Don't know if you guys feel that. Like during winter time I tend to gravitate towards blues and purples. Summertime I more likely to use yellows and oranges. Autumn, orange, brown, all those kind of muted earthy colours. Spring's a bit more random for me, but tends to be more like pastel colours, pinks and purples. I use beige sienna so much, yeah, me too. definitely phases, yeah. I'm still trying to get the basing with markers and pencil shading thing down. I have this page in Culling Me Capybaras with a ton of wood inside the barn. I don't know what alcohol marker to pick, literally. My issue is I keep running out of all my brown alcohol markers, so I have to start using different shades, and then they run out, and then I have to start using... Again, like, I tend to gravitate towards the same colours until they run out, and you still can't buy open stock Prismacolors. Not Prismacolors, Ohuhus. And it's getting to be so annoying for me, because so many of them, like, some of them I've been able to replace by getting the skin tones or the pastel markers, but then others, even of those, they've run out and you can't get any of them online. And it's been like that for over a year, and I find it annoying. Like, Ohuhu, please just actually give us these open stock markers that you supposedly have. Ohuhus can be refilled. Yeah, I mean, I would refill them if they had refills in stock. That's my problem. You can't get any more from Ohuhu because sold out. I wrote them this week. I was like, what's the problem? Honestly, I'm at the point where I want to do that as well. Because it's not, like, if it was one or two like really popular colours, like say, I feel like sky blue, that would be a popular colour, or like a light pink, or a good red, or something like popular colours I can get. But it seems to be every single bloody colour. Like in my swatch chart, E170, nope. E110, nope. All these greens, nope, nope, nope. Like all the blues, nope, that have been running out for me. Just everything is no. Everything is no. I got an unsatisfactory answer. Oh, probably just, oh, we're working on it. Blah, blah, blah. Show me the proof that you're working on it. Like, don't spend your time and energy renaming all the bloody markers. We don't need that. Give us the open stock markers that you apparently actually sell. 2/3 of the colours I wanted to order were unavailable. Literally almost every single one isn't available. Ones that I've run out, I thought, oh, check this, see if that's nope. Oh, I won't bother then. Just wish Ohuhu would come out with the rest of the colours of the alcohol refill inks already. Yeah, me too, Brittany. There's clearly a market for it because all their refills are unavailable. It's basically, we apologise, then ... Then, due to the high demand for our alcohol-based markers, certain individual colours are experiencing temporary supply constraints. Restocking involves production, scheduling and shipping from our manufacturing facility to the US via sea freight, which takes considerable time. I mean, I understand that, but it's been over a year. Over a year I've been looking for some markers. That's not, it takes time, that's, you're not doing it. Like, that's rubbish. This means we're unable to offer those specific colours at the moment, and we regret that we can't support your immediate needs as we'd like to. Because the whole thing was, oh, they had experienced supply issues, like for their full sets as well, shortly well, this time last year when there was the big boom of cute and cosy colouring and lots of people buying alcohol markers to do that. But that boom has been over for quite some time now. You should have had the time to sort that out. They don't regret it enough. Literally, they don't regret it enough. Because they know at the end of the day, people will buy a whole new set of markers if it comes down to it. Because it's not like the colours aren't available. They're available in these full sets. So if I can buy the full sets, why can't I buy the individuals? Right, I'm going to grab apple green, some highlights. Then I get unhelpful suggestions from others. You can get Copics in similar colours. I'm not paying $7 for one. Literally, no. I refuse to ever spend a penny on Copic markers. I don't care if they're on sale. I don't care if they're for a good deal. They're still insane for what they are. Because I think it was Jazza. If you guys know Jazza, did a comparison of alcohol markers, and he actually rated these just as highly in terms of performance as he did the Copic markers, and for like a quarter of the price, a third of the price. It's a no-brainer. I get spending that extra money. No, my pencil broke. I get spending the extra money when the quality is there, but when you have just as good quality for so much cheaper, no. And I think especially for us, like, we're not artists at the end of the day. I think if you're an artist, like maybe selling work or scanning them to produce prints or whatever, yeah, get yourself some fancy Copics. I mean, get yourself whatever you want to get, like, that's your prerogative. But I feel like as colourists, we don't need to spend the money on Copics. Like, the Ohuhus are expensive enough, not gonna lie. Oh, I think the bit of lead is stuck inside. Open it up. Is it? No, it's not. It's just being stupid. Okay. Local stores were having that issue with Prismas here in the States this summer. Couldn't find open stock. And that's fair enough. Like, I get issues with stock and it not being available for a couple of months, but a whole year? Come on. Like, I give companies the benefit of the doubt, but this is taking the piss. Sorry. Right, there we go. Sorry, it took a little second to... because it completely broken off the tip. Meanwhile, my cheap King Art set, which I use in my Mosaic colour by number mix, had the open stock of the greens I needed to replace. And there you go. That's alright then. Oh, for goodness sake. Apple green, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't you dare do this. Literally deep press. Oh, I was planning on not getting it quite as sharp this time, but whoopsie. Right, light touch, light touch. I believe in you, Apple Green. You lasted me so long the first time around. You can do it again. You can do it. Green, you like I'm here to play. Apple Green's like, oh, I heard you talking about pencil leads breaking. I'm here for the party. Here to steal the show. I had to order the open stock, but still, I just ordered a couple each of the colours that I use a lot. Yeah. I think if the colours I wanted ever came back in stock, I'd order a couple of them. Oh, I was reading the other chat and it's not got all messages. That's annoying. So if I missed out on any, I was like, why is everyone saying bye, Joe? I haven't seen anything. But there she is. Moving off the phone to the TV, so I'll say bye-bye. But I'll be watching, what is it? 72-inch glory with my huge hands. My huge pale hands. Oh, take care, Joe. Get your shit together, Apple. You're one of the good ones. Literally, you're one of the good ones. Don't do this to me. Kovics are $5 and some change to $6 and some change each open stock in here in the US. Yeah, and that's insane. Like, I think even for the Ohuhu's like £2 for a marker. That's expensive for one marker, but if it means not having to buy a whole new set, then it is slightly worth it. Still, as I'm colouring this, I have no idea what I'm going to do for the background. It's kind of one of those things where there's enough detail to it that you can't just do it one solid colour, but there's not enough detail to it that you can do something interesting with it, like kind of that awkward in between of detailed versus not detailed. As I am colouring this, I'm thinking maybe a silvery coloured frame, because I tend to go gold for my frames, but let's go for a silver. And then for this kind of thinner line, I could do it with a silver gel pen. And then do like coloured silver for the rest. Along with the fact that Covic has shrunk their refills, except for the colourless blender marker for the rest of the colours. Ugh. Good lord, even the Michaels brand of alcohol markers apparently think they are Copic worthy. They are more expensive than Ohuhu. What? What? I don't know much about Michaels, I just know it's a big art supply store, but like an own brand should be budget, should be cheap. Same price as Coke, that's insane! Oh, there's something I was going to ask you guys. Any Brits here watching I'm a Celeb this year? I managed to catch up with it all last night. I didn't start watching it until this week. By this week I mean later on this week. It's been a very interesting series so far. Some great stories from the celebs. What's their brand looking on the website? I don't like Michael's own brand Artist's Loft at all. Not seen any of it this year. I do recommend it. It's been like, I really have been enjoying watching like just the celebs talking to each other and sort of opening up, like learning new things about celebs that you never knew before. I'm going to put a bit more dark green on these holly leaves. I haven't had any good results using Michael's own art supply brand, Artist Loft. The name Artist Loft is really familiar to me. Like, do we have something like that in the UK? Does somebody sell Artist Loft things? Or have I just heard it on American artist YouTube channels? It just sounds very familiar. I can't put my finger on it. Bought my King Art set at TJ Maxx and got them for 50% off the list price. Nice. Although in the UK it is called TK Maxx. I have no idea why. It's very weird. It's literally the same shop but a letter different. Like, why TK versus TJ? To the point I won't use Artist Loft alcohol markers because they don't blend that weather together or at all. And for that price, that is, yeah, don't want to be spending that money on something that doesn't even work well. I think I'm happy there. We'll do the holly berries next. I think it's because we have a shop called TJ Hughes. Oh. I've never even heard of that shop. So it started in America and then came here and changed its name. Kind of like Zootopia versus Zootropolis. I tend to call it Zootopia though, just because I watch a lot of Disney YouTubers and that's what they call it in America. But if that was all I knew from like growing up as a child with it on DVD, then I probably would refer to it as Zootropolis. It's kind of just like a weird, like, what's the point of that change? I understand that Moana is called Vaiana, forgive my pronunciation, in Europe because there's a female adult movie star called Moana. They didn't want it to be associated with a Disney film. I think that's brilliant. But like the Zootopia Zootropolis thing, I've never understood why that changed. It's always to do with licensing, something like that. Yes, the adult star, yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to struggle shading red things. I struggle with the contrast. I find like the dark reds aren't dark enough, but I don't want it to be brown. But it'll do. It'll do for this. Alright, I need an extender for this pink. Naughty Angie. Using, what am I using? Carmine red and blush pink here. Got the 96 set of King Art Jewel watercolour markers. That's supposed to be similar to the more expensive Tombow Jewel brush pens from a seller on eBay. Paid for it through PayPal online. Nice. Could try a green undercoat for shading. What about a very dark purple? Yeah, there's this one, black raspberry. I might bring out that. I sometimes use that to help shade a red. I know using complementary tones is helpful for shading. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, I understand it and I've seen videos of it and I like the results of it. I don't know. It's not for me. I can't do it. That cherry black grape, good shading colours. Yeah. Cherry and black grape. There is black grape here. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if I was doing Artex, I'd like the aubergine purple or the hot. That shade in Artex, like, I've never heard of this word before in my life, and every time I see it I'm like, what is that? Quinacridone. Like, what is that? Chrissy, it's past watershed in the UK. My brain has turned family friendly mode off. It's never really turned on that much. Exactly. Yeah. So, like, if you've ever seen clips of programs like the Graham Norton Show, and you're surprised to hear celebs or see celebs swearing on it, those in America, because, like, I know in America swearing on TV is just, it's never done. They just don't do it. Whereas we have the watershed here in the UK where past 9 PM you can get a bit naughty with your language. You can't say, like, everything, but, like, shit, the F-bomb, that's fine. Crap, balls, I don't know. And yeah, I'm here for it, let it fly. It's a pigment developed by DuPont. I know because I had to look it up. Interesting. Yeah, I'm like, every time I see it I'm like, that's not a real thing. And it's kind of something that I never even noticed until the other day when I was colouring with purples. Because I very rarely use, like, that range of purples in the Artex. I prefer my blue tone purples. Yeah, the C word that rhymes with hunt. Yeah. I personally don't use that word, but yes. Yeah, you can use that, whatever. I don't know, sometimes it's bleep, sometimes it's not. That one. I love seeing clips of American celebs on the Graham Norton Show and being like, oh my gosh, I can say all this stuff, like, crazy. It's like the word phthalo, just less common. Ah, that makes sense. So what is funny, the things that YouTube censors out of their comments. Like the other week, I was chatting on a live stream, I think it was Yolanda's, and I was like, oh, ever since COVID, blah blah blah. And it removed my comment. And I just found that crazy, like, so now I'm like, the virus that I cannot name. The pandemic from 2020. Like, what a stupid thing to filter out. The GD word surprised me. All I can think of was God. Am I being stupid? The GD word. Unless that is what you're on about. Otherwise I can't think of what the GD word is. Hiya, Creeping It Colourful, welcome in. I'm trying to figure out this image. I associate robins with spring, and those look like cherry blossoms, but there are also holly berries. See, I associate robins with winter very much because of the holly and robins. The pink, this isn't even meant to look like cherry blossoms. The pink I just did because of a picture I found, and I like the colour palette. It's just because of this. I like the pinks. Sorry for the seizure-inducing lininess. And that's the reason I chose for the pink, because I thought it would complement nicely with the reds and the greens. The word Rona is probably filtered because of the disinformation about it. Yeah, which, like, I could understand around the 2020 time, but it's 5 years on. We can talk about COVID now. Yeah, that damn it after. Ah, god damn it. Oh, god damn. Yeah, I mean, I think majority of people in this country wouldn't consider even that as a swear word. No. Like, it's weird, even though our literal anthem is God Save the King, I will miss a Queen, we're not that religious. Like, America's a lot more religious than this country, even though the foundations of, like, our monarchy is based in religion. The country on the whole isn't religious. But I think for the first time ever recently, like this year or last year, Christianity isn't the main religion. Like, it makes up less than 50% of the population, because there's more other ethnic religions, and also people identifying as atheist and things like that. Quinacridone fun fact: chemists modify the pigment's chemical composition to create different shades. For example, different crystalline structures produce different colours, such as pink, red versus orange. Interesting. Not criticising your choice, it just seems like a weird combo to me, but it's probably because of where I live. And that's fair enough. The whole of the UK used to be Catholic until King Henry VIII. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, there was a time where if you weren't Catholic, you'd be killed. And then there was a time where if you were Catholic, you would be killed. And then they flipped back. Then they flipped again. And then it's kind of just stayed as Church of England. It's more about RJ's choice to put robins with holly, but I guess that's where I live. I don't see them. Yeah, I'd say because he's Australian. I was going to say Irish, but that's Morgan O'Brien. Getting confused. Australian, so maybe that's what they see. But yeah, I definitely, like, this page just reminds me of, like, walking to school in December and seeing robins sort of flitting in and out of the holly bushes. Yeah, it's very nostalgic, this, to me, seeing robins. Never knew that with you guys. Cool to learn. Thank you. You're welcome, Chrissy. It's funny that we are a Christian nation that isn't very Christian, and the US is supposed to be a secular state that is super religious. Yeah, it's the fact that, like, your schools in the US, you cannot talk about religion, but, like, as a whole of the country, like, people are very religious, like, very, like, loving God and believing, whereas in the UK it's quite unusual to meet someone that very strongly believes in religion, Christianity, anything really. Like, I'd say majority of people in the UK would, well, not the majority, it's no longer the majority, I would say a lot of the people that I know would say that they are a Christian because they've been christened, but they don't practice it. That's my family. Has anyone tried the CSY metallic inks? I have not. I've got some of the metallic paints, and these little things. These are great. Metallic watercolours. Joe gave me one of these. Shout out Joe. This one, actually. Pretty sure it was this one. Yeah, it was. And these are so shiny. I love them. We can talk about religion as a subject, we cannot preach. Kids can pray in school, they have that right. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, we get taught religion in our schools. It's very, a lot of schools in the UK are, you have Catholic schools, which are quite common. Like, you find a Catholic school in pretty much every major town. And they teach you the same curriculum like I've taught in Catholic schools. The main difference is they have to do a higher number of like RE lessons per week, and before they do everything they've got to pray, and it's just a lot. But like, you still learn the same stuff at the end of the day, and you don't have to be Catholic to go there. But then other schools are Church of England schools, like my school was, but I didn't find that. Like, my secondary school was Church of England, but I didn't find it really mattered for anything. The only thing was, I went to a boarding school, but it wasn't a private one, it was a state, and you had some day pupils there. But most people boarded during the week, were weekly boarders, but if you stayed there on the weekends, I think it was once a month you had to go to church. And that was part of the sort of understanding of going to a Church of England school. It's like we had to do RE as a GCSE, it wasn't an option, we had to do it. Just like little things like that. Singing religious songs in assembly, very much. And like, oh no, my blush pink is breaking. I think I can colour with it for a bit. Like, the tip is a bit, it's on its way out. This will break any moment. Yeah, lots of primary schools, there's Church of England, C of E. Singing religious songs is very common, and things like praying at the end of an assembly, saying a prayer together and going amen. Very much accepted. But it's weird, like, you kind of grow up with all this religion around you. You become an adult and it suddenly goes away. I'm a non-practicing Catholic, fair enough. Did meet a few ultra-Christians. There was a girl who got upset if you read the horoscopes in the newspaper out loud. Oh dear. Yeah, I had a couple of friends who were quite religious, like they got confirmed and things like that. But majority, no. Singing religious songs in assemblies by a choir as part of a musical performance is okay, as long as a single religion is not the focus. But not asking students to sing the religious songs. Oh yeah, no. Like, everyone, it's on a projector, everyone's singing. I'm trying to think of like the one that always comes to my head is "My God is a good, good God." It's like the classic primary school hymn you'd sing. Or the "Give me oil in your lamp, keep me burning." I'm sure other people come up with others. Gee, yeah, no. Not again, probably, yeah. That's what I got from things. Yes, if you recall in the Harry Potter books, year 3, they all sing a song in the entrance ceremony. Every single student, including Fred and George, in a funeral march tune. It's like that, but without the rhythm. Yes. Yes. The Hogwarts, Hoggy Watty Hogwarts. Teach us something, please, whether we be old and bold or young with scabby knees. Yeah, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. My school actually did have a school song. It's really weird. And we had to all learn what it was, and we would sing it. We wouldn't sing it like every assembly, but we had this like awards ceremony that we had to learn it for. So it was a big thing in year 7, you got to learn this song to watch some people that you've never met win awards that you are not a part of because it happened the year before you arrived. Yes, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna. And Christmas carols, very much Christian focused. Very common to do carol singing, having a carol singing concert. I was part of choir at school when we would go to the church, have our Christmas carol service. Not okay in a public school either. My primary school and Catholic church are the same name. The school still exists, but the church doesn't. Oh dear. The only one I can remember at the top of my head is, he's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. Yep, I remember that one. Oh, there goes the lead. Texas and Oklahoma are trying hard but failing. Yeah, it is funny how like not many Brits would say they're Christian, but in America like it's so not acceptable to have a school that talks about anything. All about the freedom and freedom of speech and freedom of choosing whichever religion, which still exists here, but I think for us it's more, you don't have to believe in these hymns that you're singing and these songs, but you have to be respectful, and that's I think what it teaches us at a young age. Because you'd have Muslims at school, and there's quite a large Muslim population in the UK, so you'd have them singing the hymns, no problem. That is sharpened very strangely. Nostalgia of hearing all these songs again, literally. Songs that you never even think about. Go Tell It on the Mountain. Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. Oh, in the Irish blessing, may the rose rise to meet you, may the wind be always at your back. Haven't heard of that, I'll be honest. Do. Where did I get to here? Oh no! Ah! I can remember I've got the joy down in my heart. Can't think of that one. I mean, a lot of these, you hear the name and you don't necessarily think of it, but hearing this tune you may recognise it, sort of thing. Talking about the other day with someone, while you show respect by singing the hymns, here the state must show respect to the individual by not requiring them to do so. Fair enough. Like, I get it, and that's fair enough. I mean, I'd say they don't force someone, but I think they would look down on them. They'd say, why aren't you singing? Sing louder, sing better, sing... Focus on the individual rights here, which is why I think Americans are sometimes so obnoxious. Yeah, because it's that me mentality, the afraid of offending the one person, so you forget about everyone else kind of idea. We're not community minded enough. Yeah. Exactly, me. You can get religious exemption here in the UK, but it's pretty uncommon for someone to care enough to bother. Yeah. And even still, like, I think people from other religions, like, understand where they live and what's the more accepted religion in this country, which is Christianity, with, like, Christmas and all that, and all the Easter, things like that, and they don't celebrate it at home, but they'll celebrate it with their friends at school, so... It's that idea of being involved and being respectful. It's not working out so well for us, if you haven't noticed. Yeah. Didn't want to comment on that, but... Yeah. Come on, there we go. This one's having to rip the wood away as well. I saw a crazy... Oh my gosh, what the heck? Sorry. Look at this. I was like, where's my pencil going? As I'm pressing down, it's like disappearing. It's pushing up at the end. Like, the glue's come out of it. I'll need to super glue that to the end of a... to the end of a... because it's pushing out. What's going on there? That is so weird. Right. That'll get super glued to a dowel. I do have a backup though, so that's alright. Literally RIP. Like, what happened to it? I've never seen a pencil do that before, where it's like come detached from the core to the wood of the pencil. I can just pull it all out. That is insane. That is insane. Right, keep that safe. Will that even survive? I don't know if that will survive, but I will try. I will try to keep it for as long as I can. I just want to know if Bubba was Clinton or a horse. The timeline we're in right now with the US is like... The timeline with the US, it's giving regression. It's giving... You know all those advancements we made in history in the last 50 years? Yeah, let's go back. Let's go backwards. Just find it a bit crazy how they can even go back on these things. It is having political ramifications, of course, but I'm just commenting on the damage done to our communities. It's one thing I could change about America right now if I could. If I could change two things, it would be that social programs are not communism. Yeah. America has a big thing about not wanting to be known as communists. I'm eagerly awaiting info from the files, but I'm also assuming that somehow everything related to Trump will get redacted. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we have people in the UK wanting Nigel Farage as PM. Difference is though, Angie, not enough, which is good. Not enough people want him as PM. You're always going to have those kind of radicalists. Not enough. And I think that's almost the beauty of having not a two-party system. Like, we have more than two options. Which, although it is kind of like, okay, is it going to be Conservative or Labour? Although Lib Dem's creeping in there. But having those other options even available and out there gives a better kind of chance for non-radical parties to get involved. Could change a third thing, it would be get rid of the two-party system. Yeah, literally what I was talking about. I think it's such a stupid system, like, not being funny. The fact that you can get to a point where it's the lesser of two evils when you're voting for a president. Like, it shouldn't be like that. How can you get to that point where it's like, oh, I can vote for this person who's awful, or I can vote for this person who's terrible. Who should I vote for? Right, I do feel like we should change the topic though. Don't want to get too political. Grow more dangerous as he unravels, so we have a rough road ahead. What comes after is unpredictable. Yeah, I think that's what people are scared about, just that unknown. Right, I think I want to add a bit more carmine red to darken it up a wee bit. What brand of pencils I might use? Pencils? Pencils. Prismacolors. This page. Because I know people say, oh, Prismas are expensive, why would you use them on Amazon paper? I use them on what I like to use them. And for me, I like using them on top of alcohol markers, usually in an Amazon print book, because that tends to be where I use my alcohol markers in. I think, what's the point in judging people on what supplies they use where? Like, I know I had that thing about Copics earlier, and like, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't judge someone for using Copics because they like Copics. Like, you like what you like, and in what you like them in. And you shouldn't think, oh, this supply is too good to use in this book because the quality's bad, but for me it's not about the quality, but like, I love all my books. And this line work is quality. Just because it doesn't come in the best paper doesn't mean it's not quality. People want to use Copics, more power to them. Can't afford them, literally. If I was an actual artist, I'd maybe think about it. I agree, Kimberlin, yeah. You aren't judging people for using Copics, you are judging Copics for existing. Big difference. Very true, Amy, yes. I just read your previous comment, Kimberlin. What pencil? She's using Prismacolors and dowels. Prismas and dowels. The winning combo. Yeah, I don't need them for colouring books. I agree, yeah. Like, I think if I were to, say, replace my Ohuhus for a different alcohol marker brand, it would probably be the Winsor & Newton Pro markers. One, they're more readily available in the UK, and two, because the fact that you can get them open stock, I'm like, do I switch over? Do I start making that shift? But I don't know, how much are a set of... Oh, I lost all my tabs. There we go. I'm interested, how much are a set of Winsor & Newton brush markers? And so many tips watching your stream. Yeah, get your dowels out. Newton, not acrylic, alcohol. Pro marker, £2.15 for just a single one. It's got Amazon. If it doesn't have a dowel, is it really one of Jess's Prismas? If it doesn't have a dowel, is it even a Prisma I like? It's more of the it's more of the statement there. Is it even a colour I like? Love me some light umber. What are the other ones I have? Dark indigo and sky blue light. Those are my doweled ones, and it will soon be blush pink as well. Was apple green. Lived a good life. Lived a full life in that dowel. Winsor & Newton Pro markers, set of 96, £158 on Amazon. There's a little bit more than Ohuhu's, but not that much. You can get a set of 12 skin tones for £16.99. I feel like that's not a bad price. And then you've got the Artex ones as well, which are starting to pop up. I might be getting the pastel ones. They reached out to me to do a video reviewing them, and I was like, oh yes please, you know I love me some pastel. I mean, I was like, don't think they know, but you guys know I love the pastel alcohol marker, or just pastel in general. You should do a video colouring bumblebees, top tips for extending pencil life. Yeah, just a dowel and pencil extenders, and getting yourself a pencil extender that fits into your sharpener. That's the key. Having a dad that can 3D print you a pencil extender. Prismacolor will not be sponsoring Jazz anytime soon. Yeah, because like at the end of the day, I'm not a Prismacolor girly. I'm really not. I think if I was Prismacolor as a brand, and I'd be looking, don't come to me. It's not worth it because I don't like the finish of them. That's the thing I don't like about them the most. I don't like the finish. I prefer the finish for like just the smoothness of polychromo. These are waxy and meh. Do some shorts and call it the Prisma Dowel Chronicles. Just checking in with my dowels. Right, what now? Gets a bit of yellow. Grab some jasmine, I think. Keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes when I colour, I do have to remind myself to KISS. Is that something you guys were taught at school? KISS? KISS? You need to figure out to extend the night of Polychromos Bista, because that's your favourite round. It's joint. It really is joint between Bista and Nougat. They are literally like the same length, and they both need replacing again. Ooh. Let me get my drawer out. Some of my tinies. I mean, that's how small I can get a polychromo. There we go. My little babies. Where's my Nougat and Bista? Come on, get out the drawer. Oh, there's ivory in one of them. Oh my gosh, I've actually got quite a collection now. I haven't seen them. There we go. Here's my little babies. I want to get a jar to display them in. But yeah, I basically put them into a pencil extender. Where's one that actually fits a Prisma? Not Prisma, Polychromo. Because I've got two that fit Prismacolors, two that fit Polychromos. Are they attached to one? Yes, they are. So you whack them in, literally the tiniest amount, tighten it up as much as you can. And these actually fit inside my pencil extender, so you can sharpen it until it literally will not sharpen anymore because it's grinding against the metal. So there you go, my babies. And let me see if I can add my Polychromos pencil case. One of them. There we go, Bista. Even the replacement is on its last leg. So I really do need to get another one of Bista. And then I also have Nougat. It's getting quite small as well. That'll be you soon. There we go. Little collection of nubbies. Nubbies jar merch. I did try looking for a glass pencil shaped jar. Couldn't find anything. Yeah, just a little jar to put them in, and I can shake them around. For now, they're in a drawer. Right, back into the nubby drawer. It's my nubbies / replacement Polychromos drawer. Should have any extenders for aperturas. They are hexagonal, so don't fit the ones I already bought. Ooh, I'm still pretty new to them. These, thing is, I can't really recommend these because they were kind of a no-name brand set from Amazon and came with some other ones. Yeah, they don't fit. Oh no. Does it fit this one? Nope. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that when I get to it. Does it fit my dad's? Ah. Yeah. Dad Bumblebee pulls through. I have to invent a nib sharpener. Yeah, one that goes down to like the teeniest bit. It just shaves off the right edge of it. Don't know how I could do that, but there we go. Right, back to the regular schedule. Hiya Girl on Fire, welcome in. Thanks for joining us. You just had a little look at my nubs. We checked out my nubs. The nubs is fine. Oh, I've got bits of pencil mark all over the book now from when I checked down my nubs. Come on. I think it was something I saw on Instagram ages and ages ago where someone said that they had like a jar for their nubbies, and I was like, I love that. I want that one day. One day I'll be colouring enough. I'm getting there. But damn, Bumblebee could make one. I don't know. Potentially. I don't think. I mean, regular sharpener is a bit more complicated, I feel. Right, let's do the birdies. Funny you showing your little pencils, because my mum just gave me some random Prisma pencils she found at home, brand new, which works for me because some of mine are really short. Nice! What a score! That is a great find. You're just like, oh yes, thanks Mum. Saves you going to have to find some replacements for a little extra while at least. Tell you what, we're getting close to the point where I'm having to think about the background. Still got no bloody clue. Still got an idea of what I want to do. I just wish someone else had already coloured this so I could check them out and see how they've done it. I don't know if you guys do that, but if I'm not sure how to colour something, I'll be like, right, look on Instagram, see how they've done it, be like, oh, that's how they've done it. Fuck's sake, you forgot to say hello. No worries, falling for you. What is your proper name, Falling for Hugh? Because I always just see you and I'm like, Falling for Hugh. Or is that what you prefer to be called? I do try my best to learn people's real names. Romany, that's it. You've definitely told me this before, and I keep forgetting. I just keep forgetting. Romany. Now I'm sure I'll remember. Maybe. Don't hold me to it. To be fair, it took me a while to learn Holly's name, because before she started her channel she was Saturn on here. So for ages I was calling her Saturn, and then she was like, oh, it's Holly. I was like, right. It took me ages to learn that. Get there eventually. Oh, you're Laurie Bell, Creeping It Colourful. Yeah, because usually you do come up as Laurie, but YouTube is doing its weird thing where it's showing up people's like @ names rather than their names that they set, because you can set a name that's different from your like channel @ name. I have no idea if that makes sense or if I'm just talking rubbish, but it's not like your set name. For me, when I started my channel, I was like, I want a name that doesn't involve my name, which is why I came up with Colouring Bumblebee. And I wanted something where I didn't mind if people called me, say, Bumblebee, and that's fine. I'm Maria. Yes, I'm trying to remember. Laurie is creeping. Yeah, Saturn. Raymond is falling. I'm gonna try and remember to. Maria, I already know you from planner videos. Yeah, I got Maria because I think Kimberlyn was like, oh, hi Maria, and I was like, okay, yeah, Maria, just like casually transition into that. But it's hard remembering names. My name is my nickname. What am I looking for? Prismacolors. And then seashell paperback. Yeah, my planner account is the original channel. Today I thought of changing it to Colourful Mother of Three. I mean, Colourful Planner Mother of Three, like, both works for sort of like representing who you are in a way. While my dad and I were going to a grocery store, I worked part-time. The store manager came out to ask a customer if he had a receipt, and he had a package of the smaller aluminium cans of the something and skip planner. But on the other hand, I have a lot of planner friends that hang around even though I don't do any planner videos anymore. Yeah, I think you still get the essence of who you are and what you and your channel are about having Colourful Planner. If you decide one day you want to put up some planning videos, you've got the planner in there. And if you're focusing on colouring videos, you've got colourful in there. So it works for that like transition as well. Right, I need some red. Oh yeah, I was going to use terracotta in the shadow shade. Although I'm quite used to them being orange now. And it kind of reminded me that in real life, Robin's breasts I'm just immature. Robin's breasts are to more orange toned than actually pure red toned. But this does say it's a red robin, so a bit of, what's that, terracotta, a bit of scarlet red in it. Bringing out that red tone a little bit. Here on YouTube, on Instagram I have 2 accounts. That's what I thought, thank you for clarifying. No worries, Maria. Aluminum cans of soda and some stuff in his Publix green reusable bag. While he ran and the store manager said in a loud voice, I'm calling law enforcement. Oh gosh. That was a bit of unexpected entertainment then for you, Brittany. I have 2 channels also, this one and I Create For You. I changed my name recently. I have different names on Instagram and YouTube. I think confusing to those who are getting to know you across different platforms. It's definitely helpful having the same name across platforms. Like for me, when creating my YouTube channel, I kept the Colouring Bumblebee name. I just didn't have a dot. Didn't need it on YouTube. The only reason that I've got a dot on Instagram is because without a dot it was already taken and they haven't uploaded in years, and they still haven't uploaded in years. So instead I'm colouring.bumblebee, but that's fine. That's fine. It's the same as my Gmail. Right. We're about done with the main elements on the page. Oh, no. It's beads. The beads. Meant enforcement instead of informant. Yeah, I got you, Brittany. I'm going to go dark umber, am I? No, I'm going to go sepia. And black. Enforcement meaning the police here, yeah. The po-po. Okay, I think next I will do the frame and still think about this bloody background. Actually, I want to bring in a darker tone for the berries, like black raspberry. Yeah, that's better, just gets a bit more depth of tone there. Ooh, you know what I could do for this background? Ask ChatGPT. Because I do this quite often. I'm not sure what to do, I'll just be like, give me a colour mock-up for this. So, please generate this page. So I put, please generate a colour mock-up for the background of this page. And it takes a little while to generate. So I'll carry on shading these berries. Question to you all, do you store all of your markers horizontally? No, I do not. I have them in the cases and they're just on the floor. The only time they're stored horizontally if they're just lying on my desk. And I have to say I do think it affects the quality of my markers, because after I've been using it for a while I'll find that one side is darker than the other, as in like the brush side, the ink is darker when you colour it on a page than the fine tip or the chisel tip side. And I think that's to do with how it's stored. So I should store them horizontally, but I don't. Could they last longer if I stored them horizontally? Maybe. Has anyone actually done the test to find out? I don't know. But I think, why design a case for your markers? For example, I've got the pastel set here. The case sits like that. Why design that if they're meant to be stored horizontally? I think it can't be that bad to store them vertically if the case that they come in has them stored that way. do think those berries look a little bit better now. Right, I'm just going to pop you guys on the Be Back Soon screen because I need a wee. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okie dokie, I'm back. I only store my acrylics horizontally. Angie does hers. Do for acrylic paint markers. What about your water-based markers? Again, no. Cradle of Super Tips I have kind of at an angle. Like they're in a stand next to me. And they go in the like cubbies of the stand, like, bad example, use my hand, like this. Like, what's the flat? They stand like that. Oh my gosh. Sometimes ChatGPT creates some great mock-ups. Sometimes it gives you the nastiest things you've ever seen in your life. This is one of the latter. Look at that. That's horrible. Sorry for the flickering. That is one of the worst things I've seen. Like, what is that? Hate it. Hate it. Just absolutely horrible. With the orange and the... Like, what is even going on here? I thought maybe it would help me distinguish, like, what's going on here. No, it just makes me think, ew. I store all of my markers horizontally. Take a lot of space on the tables. I put the case so they stand horizontally. Yeah, I could do that with the case. Yeah, and it's like I see these lovely, gorgeous, like, single slot Ohuhu things, but I'm like, where would I put it? It would be so annoying. Yeah, no. I'm doing my second hobby, cleaning my desk. Oh god, that's not a hobby. That's a chore, that. I hate cleaning my desk. Can you tell I hate cleaning my desk? From the fact that if I pan up, that's what my desk looks like on a permanent basis. I just push things to the back and carry on. Oh no. But to be fair, like, most of this stuff are things that I'm using at the moment. Like, I'm always using pencil extenders, I'm always using fine liners, so I know that they're right there that I can grab them, but I just push it to the back. Push it to the back and you never know. And then if I pan over to the side, you can see the assortment of alcohol markers there. My messy... I'm just a big old mess. And you don't even want me to pan to the side. It's terrible. I have a bed next to me, a single bed, and on top of it is just like a flat wooden board. And I use that as like a secondary dumping ground. God, it's an absolute state at the moment. I tend to have like stacks of books. Like, say I'm filming a video, I'll put a stack of book on the side there. If I'm waiting to film a haul, I'll put the books that I need to haul there. If I'm using a supply and it's taking up too much room on this desk, I chuck them over there. It's got a lot. Whenever I try to use it to colour a picture, it messes up the lines. Oh, ChatGPT, you need a bigger desk. I do need a bigger desk. But to have a bigger desk, I need a bigger room. And I don't have a bigger room. This is what I got. Sometimes ChatGPT does good things. Let's go on library. And I find it depends on what you say to ChatGPT, and it depends on how well it will mock it up. Like, I don't know if anyone... Gimlin, I think you were in Vera's membership live when asking for it to generate a sage green curtain here. Sorry for the weird lininess. But it did a really good job. I find if you say, generate a coloured mock-up of this page, then it will do it. Whereas if you like, suggest a colour palette, then it might. Whereas this one, don't like so much. Yeah, this one was pretty good from Lost and Found. It does vary. I'm going to be doing a video eventually on how to use ChatGPT. It's just trying to figure out the right page and time to do it. Don't know if you know, but we have sold our apartment and looked for a new one. The only thing I'm thinking of is the craft room, what table, what I can store things. Absolutely. Like, that is the priority number. Like, look for a new house. Oh, which one's going to be my craft room? That is essential. Right, back to the page, back to the page. Right, so, do we think this is like a hill? So should this be green and that top bit's blue? And then this is just kind of swirly whirly woo woos? Don't know what that means, but there we go. Or should it all be like a nice blue and this is kind of like a... I don't like it. I wish this liney bit just wasn't there. Then I could do it all blue and it would look all cute. But this liney bit is just throwing me off. And I don't know. But I've just noticed a little speck of what I believe to be a bit of leaf there under its... In the process of getting rid of the bed in my second bedroom, turn it into my craft room. This is kind of like my craft room. This was my teenage bedroom, because we didn't live in this house while I was a child. Then when my sister moved out, I went into her bedroom so I could sleep in a double bed, because this room you can't fit a double bed in, and this became my work room for when I was at uni. So I had this as my separate desk for like a workspace, and then it became my kind of colouring space. So now it's mainly just filled with colouring bits and then old junk from when I was a teenager. Feels like snow to me, snow, sky and flurries. Ooh, snow is a good shout, because then you leave it white. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. What does the duplicate page look like? Oh, I think it's just black and starry, yeah. I should have gone for this. I was very tempted to go for this, and now looking at it, I'm like, why didn't I go for that? Because I would be done by now. I would have finished the page. I've coloured all those elements. But the reason I didn't go for this one is because I'm doing the black background one for Joe's full book colour collab. Oh, let me just put the page flag in it. This one. And I thought, I want to have it as like a special thing, where I've only done the black background for this page, and then I'm doing the regular one for all the other pages that I do. So it's like, that's my one special one that I did for a special reason. And then the others I'm just colouring regularly. Honestly, I'd be done. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, I should have just decided I'm colouring the black background in this book. Because I do that for some. Some I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on doing the first set of images. And another book I'll do the second set of images. If you have a white pit pen, you could lighten the swirly bit. I don't. I don't. I'd say sky, snowy hill with snow flurries. It's snow and a wintry sky with flurries. Do you have stickles? Ooh, I do have stickles. I have 2 stickles. Got stardust and twinkle, and I rarely use them. Why? Not because they're not gorgeous, because they are. I've used the stardust one, but because I don't want to use them in double-sided books, because I know people talk about colouring on the backside and it being bumpy. But on a single-sided book, you can just layer a load of pages underneath if it's bumpy when you're colouring. So maybe I do some stickles on the weird blah 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 bits. I like that idea. I do like that idea. I think that's what I'm going to go for. So, snow for the bottom half. This is like a little mound of snow. This is like stickly, flurry bits. And then blue sky. Boom. Alcohol marker that sky, make the rest snow. Yes, and that will mean it's a nice easy finish as well. Right. Now I need to pick a blue. Do I want to go for a more grey toned blue for the sky, or like a more sky icy bluey toned blue? Let's get some testers out. So B030, B030 as an option, then B220, and then potentially BG3. Where is it? There it is. I would go grey tone because it's always grey here in winter. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But this is what I tend to like to do with my page where I've got the swatches. Swatch out a bunch of other options for the background to see how they look. Ooh. So what do you guys think? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Why am I using the British spelling of grey? I love that. You guys are all... Kimberlyn, you are actually using the correct spelling of grey, I think you'll find. Oh, it does make me laugh when, oh, did we think number 3? Maybe number 3? It does make me laugh when Americans go, actually it's spelt this way, and it's like, right, where did English come from? It wasn't America. The reason there's different spellings in American English compared to British English is because some guy decided he wanted to feel a bit different and a bit more unique in America compared to England, and so just removed some letters for the shits and giggles. Like, that is genuinely the reason why. Okay, I'm going for number 3. Although I do think I need a new marker for that. Which I do believe I have. Yes. I mean, I'll try using this, but I don't think it's going to last. All the 3s reminded me of that scene in Shrek. If you guys know what I'm on about. But in the first one, it's like, 3, big number 3, my lord. He's holding up 2 fingers. I love that scene. But when it comes to like options and things, it's like, I always think of that scene in Shrek. Iconic. Big number 3, my lord. Although, sorry, I swore at you. Brits know what I'm on about. There's a... Oh, what book was it in? What book was I flipping in and I could not stop laughing? Oh, it's Lunar Colouring. Zoe has the artist edition from Etsy of it by Lydia Fenwick. And there's this character in it that's holding up 2 fingers, but it's like this, which in Britain, that's swearing. If you hold up 2 fingers, face up, if you hold 2 fingers like this, that's fine. But like this, that's a swear word. Like, that is the equivalent of that. So seeing it, every time I flip through it, I just laughed. I think it's a monkey or something like that, and I'm like, there's just some monkey swearing at you. So when I eventually do a flip through of that, you know I'll be giggling at that swearing animal. It's like, Clearly Lydia is not a Brit. See, that's what I mean about Americans, so self-involved, they can't for 2 seconds think about why spelling might be different, literally. So when they go, why are you not speaking English? It's like, what? You have a slightly adjusted way of English, like. Yeah, this alcohol marker is on its last legs. In Britain it means get out, literally. It's like, you'd be like, oh, piss off. English hard for me today. Blame the technology, Angie. don't blame your skills, blame the technology. My tablet is really bad for typing. Like, it's weirdly delayed, and so I'm constantly doing typos on it. I mean, some of them are hilarious, and I'm just like, well, what are you doing to me? I might need to go over some of this because this is a brand new marker and it's a lot juicier. It's coming up a bit darker than the old one. That is fine. There's things like, we call this a rubber, and I'm always quite mindful to try and not call it rubber on videos and streams, because I know what rubber means in America. But sometimes I just say it because it's funny, or like, because I know that it'll make others will find it funny, and sometimes I say it just because that's what I'm so used to saying. It's like Joe was saying how this in the UK is a felt tip pen. Always has been, always will be. I only started calling them markers since colouring to differentiate between an alcohol marker and a felt tip pen. To be like alcohol and water-based marker, which is why I tend to call them markers now. They've always been felt tip pen. Still will be. And still sometimes I'll be like, oh, get my felt tips on there. Like, coloured this with felt tips. Now, I love it when you call it rubber. It's hilarious to me because I'm juvenile. I know what it means. I think the equivalent for the US would be fanny pack versus bum bag, where a fanny in the UK means your front bum, not your back bum. Your fanny isn't your bum, so we call them bum bags, but I think whenever I see them, I'd see a bum bag and I think, oh yeah, that's a fanny pack. But I think that's because they seem to be more common for Americans. Whenever I see people talking about them, it's usually on Disney Parks tips. It's like, wear a fanny pack when you go to Universal so you don't have to take it off when you go on certain rides. See, I know all the tips. I've never been, but I know all the tips. There we go. This conversation's hilarious. Someone asked for a Johnny in the UK. They aren't asking for a person, they're asking for a condom. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you didn't know that one, Kimberlyn. Yeah. Yeah. Fanny means something very different in the UK. If you ask for a fanny pack, you'd be like, I'm sorry? But honestly, fanny pack makes more sense than bum bag, because it goes on your fanny. Like, it's not situated on your bum. Like, it is on your fanny. Like, not being funny. Also, our pop culture is ubiquitous, so you probably hear it in TV. Exactly, yeah. Like, it's more common for Brits, Australians, everyone, to be more familiar with, like, American TV film than it is for Americans to necessarily be familiar with the British ones. I mean, don't really Like, it's things like British TV shows I don't think you really watch in America particularly. And the only like the common British even films, like Harry Potter is the classic. I'm trying to think of like any others. Like I've never seen Lord of the Rings, but I think that's got a lot of British actors in it. Which is why I managed to call them pull back. Common words like lift, boot, biscuit, rubber, etc. Why don't Americans know this word? Oh, I was like, what's this random selection of words? And I realised, yeah, your boot is car boot sale. That's very British. I mean, even things like are specific to places in the country. Like, it wasn't until I went to uni that I realised that the word somewhen isn't a word. It's 2 words. It's not 1 word. But in the southwest country, so Wiltshire, Somerset, Dorset area, we say somewhen all the time. It's very regional and it's very weird. I'm just going to use my electric rubber on this. I went outside the lines and saw these berries and it's annoying me. There we go, that's better. Car park, yeah. Car park trolley. That's another classic one, isn't it? Trolley. I'm trying to think of some others. Biscuit, rubber, lift, electric rubber. Electric rubber I think sounds weird. Electric eraser sounds right. Electric rubber is funny though. Nah, trolley. Never call it a shopping cart. Whereas there are some words like from America that I would like. Sometimes I say elevator and I'm like, why did I just say that? It's a bloody lift. Shopping cart, although that's regional here in the States. Interesting. Some people call it a buggy. Nah, a buggy's a pushchair for babies. That's a buggy. Right, I'm going to do a silver frame. Oh, things are falling. I'm going to go BG050. So slightly blue. I'm losing my mind, I can't find it. Yes, a baby buggy, but we call that thing a stroller, whereas you might call it a pram. Yeah, we call it a buggy is one where they're sitting upright. And a pram is more when they're lying down and there's like a bassinet in it. I'm bringing up BJ, not BG. I can't find BG050. I can't find it. Where are you? Oh, there it is. Found it. Oof. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, have I lost my mind? Angie, I think your brain's in a different channel at the moment. You're in BJ instead of BG. It's the kind of conversation we're having, isn't it? I think I'm going to do all of this like some silver engraved situation. Oh, I remembered another thing that we call something in the UK that Americans find weird. Squirty cream. There's someone that I watch who does like differences between America versus England, and she just did a trip to England and was like, we've got to go to a supermarket and find squirty cream. Why is it called squirty cream? And we're just like, because it's squirty cream. You squirt it and it's cream. And like, yes, I can understand how that sounds wrong, but I don't think we ever even think of it as being wrong. It's just kind of squirty cream. Right, I do think we need a bit of... I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she started off with the... It was like, in England we call this because of the etymology of this, and then it transfers to, in America we call it this because it's this. Like, really stupid ones. I have no idea what her name is though, but I see her all the time. I would not say that in a middle school classroom. Squirty cream. Oh, in Scotland it's squishy cream. Love that. Do you have squeezed cheese? Absolutely bloody not. No form of cheese should come in a can. Whenever I think of that, I think of the wife swap episode with King Curtis. What an icon. We quote that on a daily basis. I don't know if any of you guys know about King Curtis, but he's like, chicken nuggets, I love chicken nuggets. And there's this classic line of, bacon is good for me. But she's getting rid of all their junk food. She goes, definitely no cheese in a can. And I just think that every time I hear cheese in a can, I think of her, and I'm like, yep, definitely no cheese in a can. That just... Who buys that? Who eats that? Like, on a serious level. Who and why and what? Colouring in these swirly bits because it's looking kind of weird, just white. And I'll go over it with some sparkle and shine. And then I'm going to outline the window, this blue colour. Oh, hi Amanda, welcome in. I call that stuff cheese with a Z. That's another thing, we call it Z. Cheese with a Z. Thought the swirly bits was a tree branch. Yeah, they're definitely swirly bits. I don't know what swirly bits. Random swirly bits. RJ, help us here. What are the swirly bits? Be great to see him colour this page and see how he does the swirly bits. Just done a... I think I'll do some stippling on this to make it look like a mound of snow. Have that kind of subtle gradient going up. That's giving me the effect that I want. There we go. I say zebra. It's just, I say zebra. And so do everyone in the UK. Zebra. Come on. Oh, he just put out the Pumpkin Spice Cafe video. Nice. I'll have to check it out and see how he coloured it. Maybe some dot slash build up on the leaves and robins. Ooh, that's a nice idea. I like that. You say zebra, so speak for yourself. Sorry, okay. I'll say everyone in England. I will specify England. Although I say that, and I have never met anyone other than Zoe call a place where you put your car in, attached to your house, or say the place you take your car to if it needs fixing. I've never heard anyone in this country call it a garage. It's a garage. You go to the garage. But Zoe calls it a garage, and I will never not question her for it, because it's weird. Why does she say garage? It's garage. Like, I've got no issue with Americans saying that, but like, if you're living in here, it's a garage. It's a garage. I know she says it the American way, and I'm like, why? Weird. What are you doing, love? Right, I'm going to get out some greys. 70%, 50%, and 20%. I've heard zebra. Interesting. It's a French word. Americans say it closer to the French way. That's the thing. Sometimes when people get all sort of like high and mighty on like, oh, but this is from France, and we say this. Some things in British English is said like the proper, like the French way, like lieutenant, and then other words Americans say it like the French way. It's weird. Like, there's no hard and fast rule with it. Honestly, English pronunciations don't make sense a lot of the time. We have rules for some things and not for others. And like teaching phonics kind of doesn't make sense with different accents. Like, try and teach a kid how to say fast. Go fast. So I have to change my pronunciation to make it make sense. Fast. Don't like it. English rules? Yeah, good one. To be honest, because of social media, I got mixed up with what is the British way and American. Sometimes like grey and grey. I have no idea which is which. Grey with an E, English. Grey with an A, American. Boom, that's how you remember. Literally just made that up on the spot. I might say zebra, actually. I accidentally pressed a 1 button on my keyboard and it started all those emojis. She's really thinking. I thought you were doing it for effect. We use grey in Canada. Yeah, and you use the OUR spelling of colour as well in Canada. Am I right? And it's literally just because I personally, as an English person, can very rarely tell the difference between an American and a Canadian accent. And it's only if someone tells me that I know, okay. There's only one word that can give me a clue, and that's a boot. For the Canadians. But other than that, they sound the same, whereas I'm sure to Canadians versus Americans, you sound pretty different to each other. And they're such similar countries in terms of like how things go. Like, it kind of shocked me that, oh, it's what colour with an OUR? Interesting. Canadians say and sorry a lot, apparently. And again, we say sorry a lot too. That's silly, I can remember which grey if you're Canadian. Grey is American, no? Yeah, it is, yeah. Canadian spelling is the same thing as British, it's a Commonwealth country. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That would make sense for the... Oh, just dropped a pencil. For like the British spellings of things. And like that makes sense for why it's the same for Australia as well. Although Australia I always knew like was more British in a way, like spellings and things like that. But Canada kind of surprised me. A boot. Scottish people say that too, lol. Oot in a boot. Canadians also say process rather than process. Or, yeah, process. Process, project. That's all I got. That's all I got for those kind of words. Sounds like as in French pronunciation. Oh, grau, gru. German is grau. I find it weird the TV show is Grey's Anatomy with the E in it and not an A when the actual doctor and book is called Grey's Anatomy. There is a reason for that. It's because the book is Grey with an A, and they did it as like a play on words for the book Grey's Anatomy, and then the character I believe is with an E. But they did it like that on purpose, so it was like the same but different. Yeah, Meredith Grey with an E. So they changed it because the character is spelt with an E. And to have that kind of like play on words. So there was a reason for that. It's like, oh, it's like the book Grey's Anatomy, but we got a character who's Meredith Grey. Ha ha ha, get it? It's like Meredith Grey and Grey's Anatomy. Like... I do love Grey's Anatomy. Still watching it. So you did get a bit teary at the end of the fall finale. Oh, that's another thing. Fall, autumn finale. But that's what they call it. May have had to change it due to copyright. Potentially because of that, but I think it, yeah, I did hear something that it was like an intentional, they changed the spelling of it for like kind of wordplay reasons. January can't come quick enough, I need Joe to be okay. Honestly, it was discovering about Richard and then also about the actor who plays him. I was just like, oh my gosh, have they ever done this before? I was just, oh, that was the bit that I expected. Like, honestly, I expected Joe to have some hiccups. But I didn't see that coming from Richard. Oh, that hit me. The naughty beagle must go outside. I'll be back. If you want to come back, have a great night. No worries, Kimberlyn. I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy because I binged it and got sick of it by season 19. OG spoilers. I tell you what, I'd say from season 11 to 19 did not really like it, especially like 13, 14. Oh, the COVID era, hated that. And rewatching that, terrible. But it picks up again after season 19. They bring in a new crop of interns, and it gets... I quite like it at the moment. I think it's got a lot more... Like, the writing's gotten better. I mean, I tried to say it in a way that I wasn't actually giving direct spoilers, but, you know, it's been out a couple of weeks now. If you want to watch it, you've watched it. Richards was shocking too, but so glad James was fighting. Yeah. And it was, like, interesting to hear that he'd already had this fight. I was just like, oh. Hopefully not another scandal happens and it turns out he was faking it, like that show writer was, who based, I think it was Catherine's story on her own cancer journey that supposedly happened, and then then it was revealed that she was actually faking her own cancer story, which, that is disgusting. Don't do that. Weirdly, that makes me think of a line that Jane Lynch says in Glee. She's like, you don't lie about having cancer. Just don't do it. Yeah, so she gave Alex the shitty accent. Oh, it was her! So we can blame her for everything. Oh, honestly. If there's anything that any TV character has ever done that riles me up more than what they did to Alex... Every few weeks or so, I'll just go on a bit of a rant and a rave about that decision to my mum. And she'll be like, Jess, calm down. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's just a character. It's just a TV show. And I'm like, look, he wouldn't do that. Joe had just recovered from a depressive spiral. He would not leave her for some woman that, in reality, he spent a couple of months with, not years with, like he did with... Right, yeah, don't get me started, because we'll go all ape shit on it. They should have killed him off. That's what I'm saying. They should have killed him off, rather than do what he did. Because he had that done to him, and he hated it. It was awful. You don't do that to someone you love, you just don't. And then when I was rewatching it again recently, I was just like, got all rolled up again. Alex was deep, I couldn't believe it, honestly. Stop with the Alex thing, yeah, terrible. Shouldn't have done that. He had so much character development. He was a great guy, and then they just ruined it. They couldn't think of anything else. Well, the options were do that or kill him off. They should have killed him off. People would have been sad, but it would have been better. It's okay, I have a memory with Sif like holes in it, literally. My mum says she likes it again too. Yeah, the 3 most recent seasons have been pretty good. Right. Oh, almost missed these bits up here. A nice, quick, easy silver frame. Right, white paint pen time. I get too attached to characters. When they killed off Derek, I was mega mad. What I was mega mad about was I just started watching Grey's Anatomy. I was 16 at the time. I just started my first job. Went into work and I was like, oh my gosh, I spent most of yesterday crying. I was watching Grey's Anatomy and they were like, oh, did Derek die? And I was just like, what? I just started watching season 1 and it was the episode of the train crash where it had a pole going through 2 people and one of them knew that they had to die for the other to survive, and it just broke me. Like, the idea of that you're a pole has gone through and skewered you both, and you're like, right, one of you has to die for the other to live. It just broke me. I was absolutely broken. And then to find out, oh no, she immediately spoiled to me that Derek died. So every time, and the amount of times that man gets near to death, I was like, okay, this is it, this is it. Okay, it's not it, he pulls through. Right, this is it, the plane crash. No, he pulls through. And then when it finally happens, you're like, okay, now this is it, this is it. But I didn't get too many spoiled for me. Derek and George, I think, because I have an issue where once I get into a show, I have to search everything about it. So I like that, searching up about backstories, about characters and whatnot, and getting really into it. The episode with Bonnie, yes, that one. And that's what I was saying. Oh, I was searching something about George, and like in the autofill it was like, what episode did George die? And I was just like, what? George dies? But the way they did it, like, it would have come as a shock regardless. I mean, that was a big shock. But the plane crash, Lexi and Mark gets me every single time. Bawling. Absolutely bawling. But even just thinking about it, I'm getting a bit teary. Watched it for the first time about 2 years ago and never watched it again since. Managed to avoid all spoilers and watched it in 2023. I mean, that's impressive. That is impressive. Yeah, I watched it for the first time when I was 16, so yeah, about 10 years ago actually, which is kind of crazy to think about. And I was watching it, I don't know what had been released at that point. I think up to 12 or 11, something like that. Yeah. It's not dramatic enough to just let them find new jobs. I mean, the way they wrote off Christina's character was perfect. Why can't every character be written off like that and have such a great goodbye episode? Yeah, and like still gets little mentions every now and then. It's just great. Oh, I do apologise, I need to blow my nose. Oh, when Mark said Lexi's waiting on me, it broke my heart. Literally, why did they have to bait us like that with Mark? Why did they have to do that? Me and my mum were watching it at the same time but not together, and she works a lot, so she was slower, and I hated it because I couldn't be sad with her about it long. Yeah, I watched it and then I rewatched it. Like, I think I've rewatched it fully 3 times now. Up to the various different points, of course. And I rewatched it with my mum, and that was when I first started getting into colouring, and I remember sitting downstairs watching it on the TV together, watching Grey's Anatomy, and I was colouring Matchstick Mouse Autumn, because it was a good book to have on the sofa, so that kind of holds nice memories with me. Need to figure out how I'm going to do this kind of snowy effect on bits and bobs. Not sure I remember Henry. Oh, Henry's death broke my heart too. Him and Teddy were soulmates, literally. And what the, like, decisions the characters made around, like, Christina finding out and just seeing her heart break for him and allowing Teddy to just torture her and be mad at her, like, oh. Yeah. Not nice. I watched a deleted scene the other day of Mark returning to the hospital, and he's putting on his brave face for everyone, and then suddenly breaks down in front of Jackson, and then Julia comes in and she's like, oh my gosh, I saw you, and he's like, I'm in love with Lexi. And it made me cry all over again. It was just watching this deleted scene clip online. Heartbreaking. I mean, they've had Meredith in so many near-death experiences now. Can they kill her off? Will they kill her off? No. I mean, I think she said what they've done with her character, I think, is good. The fact that, like, she's still voicing it, but she's not in every episode. Like, it makes sense for her to still be around. As in the actor more than the character herself, really. She's like, look, I built this show is me. And I'm like, you know what, fair play, Ellen. After Meredith left to go do her research, I started to not really like it. Yeah, that wasn't as good, but yeah, them bringing in the new crop of interns, honestly, it has got a lot better, in my opinion. Because I wasn't really keen on Teddy at all ever. You're not alone, Amanda. A lot of people don't like Teddy. Or Owen. I don't really like Owen. So sad that Eric Dane has LAS. Oh my gosh, have you seen the decline that man has gone through? It is heartbreaking. To go from this, like, objectively sexy heartthrob man to he can't move half his body. Oh, it's horrific. Such a horrific disease. It really is. Going over with white paint pen on all the swirlies. Kind of pretend they don't exist in a way. White out the outlines for the snow here as well. I think that makes sense. I mean, the first 10 season of Grey's Anatomy, amazing TV, absolutely incredible. Even up to 11, actually, when Christina's still around. Is it up to... No, 11 when Derek's still around. Actually, no, I didn't really like 11, what they did with Derek's character. The first 10, basically up until Christina left, perfect. And then it just went, ugh. And I was gone back up again. Like, there were several seasons in the middle where I didn't watch it for ages because I was just like, I'm so done with it at this point. COVID, oh, what a bad time. I mean, it was a bad time in life, but I understand why they did it on the show. But I wish they didn't. It was just boring and sad to rewatch it. And they did a weird, like, Grey's verse thing where there was like a miracle cure that happened and it just immediately was removed from the country in the next series, whereas they were doing all the distancing and masks and death and whatnot. But they had this like, oh well, in the Grey's verse there was a magical cure and everything's fine. It's like, if you're going to do that, why bother including it in the first place, you know? I don't think it was really necessary. You watch shows to get out life trauma. Exactly, yeah. Might watch it where I left off if I ever get the time. Haven't even managed to get up with YouTube videos. I would say it's hard to get back into, but I think from season 19, where you've got the new batch of interns, you like start these new storylines. And there's so few main characters that are still there. Yeah, let's start fresh. The thing I really appreciate about Grey's is that it's never been afraid to discuss social issues. Absolutely. And like topical ones, like they did the Black Lives Matter, they did the Roe v. Wade turning over and the whole like abortion things. It's like really deep, heavy stuff, very political stuff, but in a really like good way. Like seeing the stuff they did about abortions and female reproductive health just like made my sort of like soul cry for women in America. Like, what the F? Like, I had no idea exactly how bad it was until I watched Grace. Right, grab the silver gel pen to go around the frame. Then I am done with this page. You finishing up soon? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's almost 11. I haven't been afraid of streaming late tonight just because I'm not working tomorrow. Woohoo. This Saturday booked off for a while. How's that? I mean, I wanted to stay up and finish this page anyway, so I might as well finish it with all you guys. Why not? Very political stuff, and it airs on ABC, which is one of the national channels. You see that stuff on streaming, but for them to have the guts to do it on a mainstream channel, I'm glad the corporate overlords haven't stopped them. Absolutely. I think it's something that the showrunners and creators have felt very passionately about. I mean, there's clips from it from years ago where they're talking about issues that have resurfaced now, and it's like, look, Grey's Anatomy got this 15 years ago, why can't you get it now? And I like how, with things like non-binary characters and trans characters, how they haven't been afraid to include them, but also include the struggles of nice characters and good people struggling to understand it and like relearning that and showing that it's okay to struggle with these ideas. I know they did one with Richard Webber really struggling to understand the they them pronouns, and like he was trying but he just did not get it. As an older guy, he did not get it. And that's showing that it's okay to not understand it, but to try is the main kind of idea. So it's not all like perfect, even for your favourite characters. But I mean, it was one of the first TV shows to have a long-term lesbian relationship. It was like very, very forward back in the day of like showing gay relationships on TV, which is crazy to think about. And things like Modern Family, things like Glee, like these still relatively new shows in comparison, being major sort of trendsetters for representation of people. Like, it's kind of crazy. It really wasn't that long ago that you just would not see these people on TV, or you would, but they'd be not main characters, or they'd be someone in the back, like they wouldn't be in the forefront. One of my favourite episodes is when Callie's dad comes and Arizona gives the Good Man of the Storm speech. Yes. Yeah. That's a good one. I just want to know if getting headphones is worth it, or if I should put music on to work instead, lol. Yeah, I'm going to be another 5 minutes. probably Kimberlyn. Not Kimberlyn, probably Amanda. Got all these names in my head. Remember the episode that Amelia is recovering from brain surgery and Tom is like, do you know who the president is? And she's like, do I even want to? Yes, I loved that. And rewatching it and being like, okay, this must have aired between 2016, 2020. Like rewatching it kind of thing. When my husband had emergency brain surgery last year, he was asked the same thing every day for a month, and it was driving him mad. That's exactly what he said. Haven't thought about Glee in a hot minute. Oh, bloody love Glee. First 3 seasons, again, what amazing TV. And then it goes downhill. It's kind of that, like, you love to hate it. In season 5, 6. 6 was just an absolute fever dream, some of those episodes. 5, terrible. Just hate it. Think it's bad. 4 was okay. I mean, the fact that Mike Chang from Glee is now a doctor on Grey's, I just think, for me, it's like a full circle moment. Like that first episode, they had those new interns. I'm like, oh my god, it's Mike Chang. Love it. Love Glee, yeah. I didn't watch Glee until quite late. I think I only watched season 6 when it was released. I think season 5 had just finished airing when I started watching it. I was like quite old. But yeah. Yeah, R.I.P. Corey. Yeah. Honestly, R.I.P. Corey, but R.I.P. Naya. That, hearing about her tragedy of going on a nice little boat trip with your son and then he comes back alone, like, what? Like, that is a horrific, like, it's almost like a movie worthy, like, and it was just her real life, and she just, like, that upset me when I heard that. You need to sing a song on Grace. Yes, people have been saying that they need to do another musical episode because he's on it. I think another one of the new people are pretty good at singing, and there's other people who can sing really well and whatnot. Honestly, people hated the musical episode. I loved it. I loved it. I love how just like weird and cringy it is. Yeah, it's kind of Glee-ish. Like the Once Upon a Time musical episode, that was terrible. That was bad. But the Grace one? Yes. The fact that they used old songs is just perfect. Right, I think I am done, everybody. Oh, although I do want to go over these white lines. I don't know if I want to do stickles, actually. Just keep it very natural looking. Especially as it's like a window scene. Like, do I put some highlights on the windows? I don't know. I think I'll leave it. KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Right, there we go. Awesome, it looks great. I love the greens you use, so bright and fun. Usually go olive green. Yeah, I did use olive green. I used dark green, olive green, and apple green. Yeah, once upon a time was like, what the actual fuck's literally. I think it was the fact that they used original songs that made it just like, ugh. And wow, I only watched it once because I was like, never again. And it was like they got cursed to sing everything they said. It was just, ugh. Terrible. So cringe. Did you colour the snow at all? Just remove the black line. I gave it like a light blue outline, I don't know if you can see, and then whited out the outlines. Yeah, so like round the edge of the window I gave it a blue outline just to give it a bit of something. Don't know why I did that. It's the apple green, it makes munchy. Yeah, it did just like brighten it up nicely. Right, there we go guys. That is it. I think next week's stream I'm going to do some planning. White marker, where is it? Oh, here it is. Artistro extra fine tip white paint pen. They come in a pack of 6. I use these all the time, my faves. You can see, no worries. Yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. Yeah, next week I think I'll be doing a planner journal setup stream, as you seem to like the sound of doing that last week. I just want to get some of it done already. I need to get ready for 2026 already. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone.